Hello. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I was reading a book and you almost stepped on me. How'd you get such big feet? Oh, my name? I'm Cornelia Clementine Tiny Toes. My family calls me Biddy for short, like I'm not already short enough. Are you here for some gems? We just collected some from the mountains. I don't like going there much, but my parents tell me they help our future look less foreboding. I'm not sure what that means. Life is great. I spend time reading in the forest. I have my favorite friends with me, Baracco Bunny and Sweeney Toad. Oh, I recently met a new friend, Myrtle. It's nice to finally know someone my own age. My family thinks she's a bad influence, but I think they're just cautious of strangers. They invited her along with us on our next trip to the city. Where are you going? Oh well, I guess I'll go back to reading my book. Gnome on the Roam.
Try to make everything make sense.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's hear it for that cute intro. We are MinusOneCharisma, and we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight and continue our.
I came here for Among Us. I'm out.
It's me, Pop, and I'm here to tell you about everything that happened. Okay, so basically, there was this guy in the fog, and he was like this drunk gnome, and his name was Burgess, and his wife Poya. They took care of us for the night. They were really nice, and then the next day we went into the town to go buy some stuff. And when we were in the town, we found out more about like the bourgeois and stuff. And apparently, the bourgeois is this boogeyman who like lives underground in like the sewers that drags you there if you don't listen to your parents, which is super spooky. And we're not allowed to go there because apparently it's really, really dangerous to go into the abandoned civilization, the ruins underground. But I think we're gonna break the rules and go down there anyway. Anyways, we also went to a bathhouse, and there was this really pretty lady that was really, really nice to trust. Like, she was really nice to trust. And then we went shopping, and then we bought some stuff, and we made a new friend named Jiffy, and he took us around everywhere and taught us how to trade our shiny friendship coins for things. And I bought a really cool bracelet for my best friend Artha, and that was really cool. But then we almost lost Spitz, and that was really scary. I had to find him, but then we found him. And then now we're on our way to go talk to the lady that was really, really nice to trust in the tavern, and we're bringing our best friend Jiffy with us too, because we gave him a lot of friendship coins. Yeah, I think that's everything that happened.
All right, you guys are in Kerchiefs, the bar in the Raven's Nest, and you guys just met up with that young halfling girl.
Very
woman.
nice.
Hard to tell, and she's very nice. She was very nice to trust in particular. She's sitting there. It was the beginning of the night, so there really isn't many people in there. It's just the barkeep with that big old mustache, the tall, thin man, kind of setting up for the night. And she's just kind of sitting in there, and she sees you guys walk in, and she runs up to you very, very excitedly. You made it. I was afraid you weren't going to come.
I'm blushing because she just kissed me on the cheek, so.
Well, come in, sit down. Can I get you a drink?
Yes, drinks, yeah?
And she kind of signals to the guy at the bar. Drinks all around. It's on me.
Oh,
so.
Hey, we're gonna pour the drinks on you?
No, Pop, no.
If you're into that kind of thing.
No, Pop, no.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss. I don't believe I ever caught your name. What's your name?
Most people call me Keith.
Keith.
My full name is Keithenbolg, but that's terribly hard to say.
Keithenbolg.
Keithenbolg.
Keithenbolg. Sorry, I have an accent, so I'm not going to say it totally right.
Keith is fine. You can call me Kate.
Keith. All right.
And, what was your name?
Oh, yeah, people call me Trust.
Trust?
Yeah.
Is that because you're very trustworthy?
You tell me.
Well, I guess that will be left to be seen. And the rest of you, a very interesting group, I might say.
Yeah, we're a weird lot, but they're all right.
And, what's this I hear about? I don't know, the bourgeois?
It's just a children's tale, right?
Might be. Might
Right,
not.
that's what we heard too. It might be, it might not. So we thought we'd come check it out.
I think it would depend on who's looking and why they were looking.
Well, we've been sent to find out if it's a real thing or not by some other people we been working with.
Some other people?
Yeah, we was with Dalladale and Zuna. Nice folks. They said go check it out, see if it's true or not, etc.
Interesting. And where did they hear of the bourgeois? Kate?
I have a question. When Kaith is like describing this, can I tell if she knows more than she's letting on?
Yeah, give me a insight. Yeah,
You have to scream insight check. I think that's
Natural one. I'm very distracted.
Yeah, there. Give me a
better insight check.
Kate, no. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 6. I'm putting this dice away.
Good news, you're dead.
Again?
It's weird, pup. You've never. It's like you're looking at this woman, and she's clearly a halfling, but something about her doesn't feel like a halfling, and you're just staring at her, and your eyes. It's almost like you feel distraught every time you blink, because just for the slightest moment you're like, she's gone, and then she's back. You almost feel guilty for blinking.
Okay.
Jaymes, can you describe what Kaith is wearing, like clothes wise? Does she look rich or just a general sense of not
because before she was
I am a halfling though,
before she was in a towel. She has this super long dark hair and light skin, and she's kind of wearing her clothes seem very fitted, almost like imagine like a romper, but like they're not made out of anything like fine silks. There's just cotton, but like something about the way like it's been cut, it looks fitted, it looks clean, she just looks very well presented, despite not having anything really that you could describe as wealth. She kind of just exudes that.
And is she carrying any like weapons or anything obvious like that?
She has a little pouch that she has. It sounds like, and she's pulled out some coins to pay for your drinks, but other than that, no. And it's funny because she's barefoot as well.
Well, thank you for the drinks, Miss Kaith. I'm Rezik, by the way.
Rezik? That's an interesting name.
Yes.
Who gave you that name?
My parents did. I didn't think it was that interesting, but thank you for saying so.
Rezik. I like it.
Rezik.
Thank you. Yes, I was going to say the bourgeois. I mean, everyone knows the bourgeois. Even small children do in the streets. So it's not surprising that we know of the bourgeois.
Well,
is it?
It's not surprising that you know of the bourgeois, but it's a little surprising that you're looking for the bourgeois.
Forgive me, Kaith. I've never been to the city before, and I've heard tales of this bourgeois as well. And I don't know if it's a real person or a fake person or a children's story. And I think maybe just some enlightenment would be nice to have.
Well, most would say he's just a whisper in the ears of children.
Oh, so a he.
Right, well, you say most would say, so what does the not most say?
Well, some believe he's a demon living under the city. Some believe he's just a nightmare. Some believe he lived long ago and is no more.
But
What
they
do
agree
you
that
say
it's
he
a
is,
he.
Keith?
Well, in most stories, it's a he. Though, I guess I have no proof of it.
Wait. Well, what if it's like someone like me who can just be anything they want?
Yes,
Well,
you are
then-
interesting, aren't you? Not quite an uncast.
I don't know what that is still. People keep calling me that, and I don't know what it means. Like, is it like when you go fishing and you like the fishing pole?
Well,
Oh,
those,
fishing.
He gets uncasted.
No, the uncast are people who are born between two souls.
Oh, I don't know where I was born. Where are two souls? Where's that? I was born in the forest.
You have those ears upon your head, right?
Yeah.
And most people don't have those, but
Oh.
most wolves don't have human features.
Yeah.
And you've got a little bit of both, so it's like you're between.
You have a little bit of glitter, I think. Or shimmer. I don't know what you have, but it's cool. Can you teach me?
That's a secret.
Oh, okay. I don't want it to happen a lot, though, because it's kind of scary.
And what would you be looking for this bourgeois for?
Well, you ain't told us what you think the bourgeois is. You haven't told us
Oh.
what your thoughts are.
Well, I think the bourgeois is a very complicated matter. It's like, I don't know, God, Lady Mine, right? Some believe she exists, and so she does in their minds, and some believe she's a farce, and so she doesn't. So I believe the
So-
bourgeois can and can't exist at the same time, depending on how you look at it.
Right. Well,
And it depends on which bourgeois of which story you're interested in.
There's
well,
more?
we heard a story. It's not one of the popular ones. A tiny little tale, and it went along the lines of the bourgeois wanting to end the pit and have an interest in that, and then in the end, everyone was happy, and it was a beautiful little story. Not enough people tell it, and we came to find out more about it.
The pit. Well, I can definitely see why some of you would dislike the dealings of the pit, especially since they seem to be moving closer and closer into Raven's Nest and taking more and more people.
More and more people that don't deserve it.
Well, that's not up to me to decide.
Well, it sounds like something's up for you to decide. And what's that?
Give me a moment. And she kind of excuses herself from the table and walks out of the bar, just around the corner.
James, what does this bar look like?
This bar is like, it's a really solid bar. Since it's in the middle of like Raven's Nest, which is like the slums, you've got those two big bouncers, but like the chairs are super sturdy. The tables are really heavy, so it's hard to like pick up and throw at people. Nothing is fancy. Everything is like old and worn, well taken care of, but still like old. And everything here is made of like heavy woods and such. And it's not too big. You assume like most of the patrons probably start standing. Like maybe only the first couple groups will get an actual table, and everyone else is just kind of hanging off walls and such. Luxury is not the word you would use.
Sure.
Describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I first walked in, I had grabbed a drink and sat at the table. Can I follow Case?
I mean, I assume she maybe recognizes me from the sauna, or the bathhouse, but maybe just walk out with her when she leaves, because I wasn't with the rest of the group.
Sure. Are you gonna try and do it like stealthily? How are you like?
Just
are you just
like
gonna follow?
casually,
Yeah.
just to watch, observe.
Give me an investigation check.
I got a 7. Oh wait, a 9.
A 9. Okay. You see her walk out down the steps, and she turns the corner, and she walks off to the corner of the bar, and she has her hands in her face like this, just kind of whispering. And you hear her whispering, and it's so hushed you can't really make out what she's saying. She giggles a couple times, kind of childish-like, and then turns around, sees you, gives you a wink, and then starts walking back into the bar.
So flirty, this one. While they were out there, I just wanted to turn to everyone else and be like, am I saying the right thing? I don't know what I'm doing. Am I saying the right thing?
No, you're doing great, Trust. Don't worry.
Am I telling her too much?
No, I think that we need to give up some information for her to be able to trust us. So
I think that she might be the boogie.
Maybe.
You know what, Pop? I was thinking something like that.
Every time I look at her, she kind of disappears a little bit sometimes when I close my eyes. Oh, maybe I'll look at her like this. See if she goes away all the way.
Don't most people do that?
No. Wait. Yeah? Hold on. Object permanence? How do I know that word? I lived in a forest.
I was actually going to ask
Someone dropped their science paper.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you, Pup.
Expecting parent book.
You've watched people from afar a lot during your life. You're very perceptive. What do you think of Kaith, Pup?
I don't know. I can't really tell yet, but I don't know. I just really can't tell. She just kind of like disappears when I close my eyes and I go like this. She just kind of something about her is different. She's not like the same as like you guys. I don't even think she's the same as me, but I don't think anyone's really the same as me.
I'd be inclined to agree.
Like a magical effect, you mean? What do you? Okay.
Do they have anything sweeter? This tastes like poop.
Rat poop?
Yeah, but like as if it was squeezed in a cheesecloth.
I think that means it's good.
That's the flavor.
I'm looking for something with more honey flavor. Like a toddy.
Sorry.
But do they have something with like the sweeter, like something like milk and honey or something?
Can definitely ask.
Yeah.
And,
I was gonna take her hand and walk over to the bar if there's no one going around, just like.
That tall bartender with the big old mustache.
Oh.
He's like a really thin man.
From Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, but he's dressed nicer, a lot nicer than you'd think. Like the patrons here come, and he seems to be the proprietor of this place. And he kind of looks at you. Well, hello there.
General Kenobi.
I'm so sorry.
I
think what she's saying is she wants a sweet drink.
I am so sorry.
Sweet drink, huh?
What she says
you have anything that's sweeter than this?
Well, we have a variety of meads if you'd like something like that.
There's
It's like,
something in my mouth where it feels like it's on fire.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a tough drink. He kind of pulls your mug, takes it, and just pours it out. Cleans the mug like really well. Washes it out, cleans the mug really well, and he goes, "I got something for you." And he pulls this glass bottle. It's like a dark bottle off, and he pulls the cork, and instantly when he pulls the cork, you get these like almost like honeysuckle and like these sweet, almost floral notes. And he pours this like it's almost like a rosé color into this glass, and he just pours that into your mug, and he says, "Try this." And when you take a sip, it's like very, very sweet, and it's got a little bit of the floral taste, but it's also like a honey mead, so it's very, very sweet. And it's cool too. It seems like it's like colder than your other beer, and yet it was just sitting on the shelf.
This is really good.
Well,
It burns a little bit, but I like this burn more.
And as that's happening, Kaith walks back in, and she kind of jumps up onto the chair next to you, Trust. She kind of just looks at you, and just, well, I may know a version of the bourgeois. If you were looking for help with the pits, I know a version of the bourgeois who would be very interested in meeting you. If you'd like. Though I do warn you, he is a very eccentric man. So, nothing is very straightforward with him.
Well, nothing's very straightforward with you either, so I think we've got it.
Well, I haven't been called straight in a long time.
Trust is like freezing up with all the palpable sexual tension right now. There's like a twitch in her left pinky. Like she's kind of like, what is happening?
Yeah. She kind of holds her mug up and she says, well, no time like the present, and downs the entire mug. And her mug was full, and she just downs it instantly.
Who's closest to me? Who's like closest being to me?
Dresden.
Oh, did we come back from the bar?
Yeah.
Dresden walked me to the bar.
Thanks, Dresden.
Yeah. Okay.
I settle up as well. Whatever. Look at you.
I'm just gonna like grab his sleeve and like look at him and be like, I'm gonna need you to watch me around this one, yeah?
Yeah, no. I gathered that.
All right.
Right. And then I down my drink.
Nope. Too late.
She waits for a few seconds to see if you'll down your drinks, and then she hops off of the chair, like, ready to go.
Wait, now? You want to go now?
Well, yes. When were you thinking?
Well, it's dark out. Maybe daylight time?
Otherwise, we was gonna jump down the hole in the middle of the night. Why don't we just at least have a guide now?
Fair enough.
Miss Kaith, give us a moment. We'll meet you outside in just one second.
Oh, okay. And she kind of just
conversation.
crawls up. And it's when she walks, it's almost like a dance. She's just, it's like she's giddy and she's just happy and fun, and you don't know why. And it's just walking. You know it's just walking in your head, but you're like, man, what a dancer. And you don't know, like.
If I look at her like this, does she disappear?
No. If you squint really hard, yes, the whole world disappears.
So quick huddle. Are we all feeling okay about this? I'm sure there's probably some concerns.
I'm absolutely unsure.
What time is it?
It's the sun went down. It's like the last dregs of sunlight are kind of dissolving out of the sky.
What's the temperature like? Humidity?
Yeah, it's about 30% humidity. It's a good like 76.
Okay.
I'm slightly concerned, but only because this is a person that we don't know, trying to lead us into a place that we've never been.
I mean, we don't know each other and we let each other here.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we come from a similar circumstance.
Yeah.
Here's the way I look at it, right? So, we was gonna go down in the dark sewers that are under the whole city by ourselves and try to find this thing. Or we can follow the lady, and maybe we get what we want. Maybe she betrays us, but there's a lot of us, and we can fight back. Yeah?
Unless wherever she takes us is full of other people.
Constant vigilance!
I'm watching you.
Well, I agree. I think that as long as we all just keep an eye out and we all stay close together, we should be fine. Even if they do try to jump us, we can probably still beat them, whoever they might be. So, I'm in.
We don't have any other options.
Exactly!
All right.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I guess if the consensus is we go, then we go.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Is that good? That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Feel funny.
And I'm still outside, so I assume when I see them walk out, I'm gonna follow them from a very short distance. Is it busy out in the streets, or is it pretty quiet at this
Getting busier in this area. This area seems to be kind of like the nightlife area, and people like to be in crowded places in Raven's Nest because it's a lot less dangerous in crowds, despite all the hooligans, and like you're looking around and people here look rough. Like if you see like most of the people in this area look very tough, and most of them don't have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Like they're all kind of missing a finger here and there, or they have a scar or an eye out. Definitely don't have all their teeth. And that's just like the general populace. They seem to be in higher spirits, but not people who'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take you to church. Or maybe they need to go to church. I don't know.
I love it. Yeah, let's follow that lady, right?
Okay. Yeah, so you guys start following Kaith, and she starts winding south through the buildings, and you notice, in this area, there's a lot of poverty, and there's a lot of just people like laying down in the streets, laying down in like a lot of the dilapidated buildings and such. And so like she's just kind of wandering around, and it's almost like she doesn't adhere to like social contracts, where she just kind of like walks up to somebody sleeping and checks on them like a little too close, and then kind of walks over to somebody else, and she's just looking at people, and she winds around the city. And you're generally heading south, but she'll cut west around a building, head south, and then cut east. It's definitely not a straight path. And she comes to this one. She comes to one building in particular, and it's in pretty bad shape. This building, and you look around. There's not as many people. This area looks barren. And when you walk around the back end where the ceiling has just caved in and the walls have fallen over, you see that there's just this kind of like almost like steps. They're not steps, but the way that the ground has broken through to the sewer system called the culverts, it kind of has made like big steps. So like not something you could just walk, but you could definitely slide down each step, and it's like a staircase heading straight down into basically pitch dark. She kind of walks up to the entrance and she says,
Did anyone follow us here? Like if I was watching, right?
You're still pretending, yeah.
Well,
That should be a part of us.
there's many who have seen us.
No,
Almost.
no. That was like a hand on head. Did anyone follow us here?
Yeah. Roll a perception.
Okay.
As well, I'm trying to keep my eyes very open right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 6. So clearly I'm blind.
Oof.
I was watching Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only an 11.
Yeah. You guys don't see anyone who stands out. You know, I mean, you're not. There's no like. There's a spy right there.
Yeah. Used car salesman just being like, "Where are you guys going?"
Because there's like hundreds of people laying out on the streets, and like any one of them could just have their eyes on you at any moment. It would be impossible to know if anyone was watching you, but no one gives you the distinct impression that they were, following your movements.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, with that, Kaith just kind of hops down and then hops into the darkness. Hop, hop, hop.
All right.
And then you hear kind of, are you coming?
Right, and I pull Dresden down with me. So I'm still holding onto his sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah, I put a hand on my sword and head on down.
Okay.
I light my presumably self-lighting torch.
Yeah. I mean, you have you figure out a way to light it up. Do any of you guys have flint and steel or anything like that, or a light?
I just have dark vision.
Yeah.
No, but I have Firebolt. I probably could try to direct it.
I have dancing lights. I could cast dancing lights.
That's helpful.
Okay, I'll cast dancing lights.
All right. What do your dancing lights look like?
They're 4 little. They look like little baby flames that glow, like Calcifer in Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay. All right.
But they come out of my horns. Obviously, they go.
Huh.
And I send them towards.
Like a little crown.
I send them towards the. I send some towards the humans. And I'm like, you got terrible sight in the dark. And I'm like, here you go.
Are you gonna light the torch as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can those light torches?
No. I was gonna ask. I was asking Rezik if he was also gonna light a torch, just to have him light all around you, because you can move those lights. Were you also gonna light a torch?
Me, no.
Yeah. Okay. So Rezik, you kind of hold the torch away from you, and how do you cast Firebolt? What's the process of doing that?
Well, I would usually say Incento, and then I would snap my finger, and then just a bolt of fire would pop out of my hand. But I'm trying to kind of direct it and make it kind of just go into that one solitary area if I can.
Okay. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Okay, great.
Because you're kind of trying to cast a spell, but not in its intended base.
So dirty 20.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you kind of hold your hand out, and then you snap, and this ball just ignites this torch in your hand, Kelwise. And then so your torch is lit. You have these dancing lights kind of flowing back and forth from the group from Howl's Moving Castle, and so you guys start heading in. The first thing you notice is the culverts, despite being very, very, very old, their walls are masoned. There's brick walls, and you see that the floor at one time was probably really nice stone, and every so often you see some kind of ornamentation in the stonework, because you've heard stories that this was an old city, like an ancient city, but there's surprisingly a lot of it left down here. Now, I mean, most of it is gone through years and years of just dirt and soil coming through in the rain, because it's used as a sewer system and all the things that people put into sewer systems. But you do notice what could have been maybe a pillar etched into a wall, and something that might have been a walkway or like an arch that had been caved in. And as you come down, Kaith just starts walking off into the darkness. Not too far, not too fast, but she very confidently just starts walking off. Are you guys gonna follow?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like hurry ahead and like walk next to her.
Okay. You walk next to her, and she looks up and smiles at you, and she just starts to skip ever so lightly.
I'm gonna join.
All right, and as you do that, she grabs your hand, and you guys just start skipping ahead with the dancing lights. And this goes on for a while. You guys, and one of the weird things about this, the culverts is there's thousands of different offshoots and crossroads and places. Like after a good 15 minutes, it would be impossible for you to even tell where you were. I mean, those of you who are very, very good at, your north, south, east, west might have been able to keep track, but like some turns aren't quite north, aren't quite, south, and so you're going in these weird angles. And this just continues for what 30 minutes, and then 45, and then an hour, and she's still just trudging along in front. And every once in a while you come to a part of the culverts, and you can tell right away it smells, and the rain needs to come and wash this area out real badly, because again, it is the sewer system. But that seems to fade in and out. And maybe 2 hours in, it's hard to tell. 2 hours in, she just finally comes to a stop. And she looks to her left at what looks like just a brick wall. And she starts to walk towards it with you, Pup. And as you get closer, you notice that the way that the wall is carved, this smooth, almost yellowish stone, and the way that the lights just reflect off of this strange material, you would never have seen that there was a door there. It's almost, it's like in the Labyrinth, in that movie, when you, that wall that she just is like, oh, there is a wall here. And it's weird. And then when you kind of look back down the pathway, you see that there's 3 or 4 walls that you didn't know kind of turned. It's almost like while looking one direction, it looks like one labyrinth or catacomb of sewers, and then when you turn around, it's almost like a whole new place that would just, in your brain, it's just one of those things where you're like, with elevators, sometimes you'll go into an elevator and you'll come out of an elevator, and in your mind you're like, oh, okay, this building faces this way, but really, like, it's just backwards. That happens to me a lot.
I have that way when like
elevator
in an apartment, when I walk into an apartment and I'm thinking that I'm pointing to the right thing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So it's a little bit of that, just like disorientation. Those of you, especially Kelwise, you've been in these wide open spaces, and you've always had the mountains to the east and the ocean to the west, like your whole life. And now there's zero landmarks. There's zero visibility. I mean, you can barely see past the 40 feet of dim light that your torch is lighting up. So it's very disorienting. She kind of cuts down this almost invisible pathway, and then she comes to a stop and looks at all of you, and out of her pouch she pulls out this small leather piece of parchment. And she walks up to you, Trust, and hands it to you. And she says, well, this is all I can do. If you truly want to meet the bourgeois, the rest is up to you. And she leans in and she kisses you on the cheek one more time. And she says, kind of under her breath so no one else can hear, and she says, I hope to see you again, dear sister. And she just all of a sudden fades into the wall behind you and is just gone.
She's spicered.
What the?
I knew she was Shimmer.
Does the paper have anything on it?
Yeah, so you kind of unravel this, and written in what looks like blood
Great.
is but it's in very neat handwriting. It's been like, it's got that what is that? Not cursive.
Calligraphy?
Calligraphy, yeah. And that nice pens etch this, and it says, "Give the Quicksilver Spindle the slip. A dragon's breath we bathe and dip. Caution the grumpy unbutterfly. Behind the veil of danger is I. An extra tip to keep you whole. Whatever you do, heed my warning. No matter what, do not soothe thy lonely soul."
So a copy and paste of that in chat?
Yep. Let's go.
And then Jaymes, I didn't want to interrupt your description, but I was wondering, could I, while we were going through all these different routes, I wanted to know, can I just use one of my black rocks that I got while we were like traveling to the city? I picked up a few black rocks. Can I use that to kind of like mark like walls as we're going along,
Sure.
and just try to like make markings?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you would have easily been able to make with your crowstone. It's the hardest thing on the world, so like it's really easy to mark things with it.
Oh, was that crowstone that I picked up on the way in the way to the city? It was like black rock on the beach that you said that we were passing by. Was that crowstone?
It is now.
It is now. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just chunks of this stuff, and it's very like it's got like flint or shale. It's very sharp, and it almost comes in like sheets and stuff like that. So it's easy to use to like mark stuff.
Tight.
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of you see like she pointed you down a hallway, and she's just gone now. There's no trace of her other than this parchment that she gave you.
Yeah, I just tapped the wall that she melted into with my sword. Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it seems to be solid rock.
She's good. Very good.
Give the Quicksilver Spindle the slip. A dragon's breath we bathe and dip. Caution the grumpy unbutterfly. Behind the veil of danger is I. An extra tip to keep you whole. Do not soothe a lonely soul.
What do you suppose a Quicksilver Spindle is?
Well, a spindle is usually on a sewing, Sleeping Beauty touched a spindle. That old tale from my childhood.
That old chestnut.
What does soothe thy lonely soul mean, and why are we not supposed to do it?
Just nobody
Wander off.
No.
self-soothe.
Wait, what does that... Like, don't do this?
Hush, child.
We don't know what it means. We're trying to figure it out, pup.
Give the Quicksilver Spindle a slip.
Dragon's breath.
And kind of from behind you, and you didn't really pay it much heed, but from behind you, you just hear this voice say, "Does anyone else think this is a terrible idea? We should turn back immediately. What are we even doing in here? This film. I have tried to keep my lips closed for long enough, but I cannot."
Fitz! I have an idea. Do you know how to catch a bubble?
Catch a bubble?
Yeah, you catch a bubble in your mouth. Watch, try it. You go, oh.
And what?
Try it. Just listen. It's an all secret. I'm not allowed to tell you what it's from, but if you catch a bubble for longer than the whole time that we're down here, Then I can tell you the secret, and then you can have all this power over people who don't know the secret.
Do you think I'm 4 years old?
No.
Why do you treat me like a child? I am
Try
no
catching
longer
a bubble.
child.
I can do it with you.
And I join in as well.
You people are infantile and insane.
I grab his. I do this to him.
Catch a bubble.
Kind of reluctantly. And even with the noise he makes is just like seething with contempt. He just kind of.
I'm assuming this is maybe a roadmap forward, no?
Most likely.
I think so, but what is there a forward, or did you say they were like surrounded by secret like hidden doors?
She had taken you down like a pathway that didn't have any deviations, and she kind of hinted, like she pointed you in this direction, gave you the riddle, and then pieced out. So you can kind of intuit that she was kind of pointing you down this direction.
Right. Well.
All right. I'll take point. Let's go.
I'm holding on to the paper. I'm just like studying it.
Okay, and what's the marching order, and where are your dancing lights?
I'm behind Dresden, and they're in front of him.
Okay.
So that he can see the way forward.
Maybe put a couple in front and a couple behind.
Sure, I'll put 2 out in front of him and 2 behind to whoever's last.
Thank you.
Who's last? For no reason.
Me.
Okay. So you're in the back? And
I'll be back there with you, probably with Fitz.
Okay, yeah. And the rest of you guys somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Fitz
Why
is
did we
probably
bring
staying,
him?
Fitz is
Why
probably
did
staying near the torch as much as he can.
Yeah, I was
we
going to
bring-
suggest getting a room for him, but then I don't know. I forgot.
Here we are.
Cousin, I appreciate your let's move forward spirit, forging ahead, but shouldn't we try to figure out this riddle before we move?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna figure it out, I think maybe the first part's the first thing to figure out. My guess,
Okay.
This might be a trial, but then again,
Yes, I think it's a trial. I think just to put it out there, I think I'm going to just try to think of an idea what this means. Maybe the first part is basically saying that there's a spindle, which usually is like a round thing that they use to make yarn, I believe. It says to give it the slip. So I think that the first part's a trap, some kind of a round thing that to kind of like get around somehow. The second part, a dragon's breath with we bathe and dip, is probably fire.
Fire!
Bathe in it or dip around it. I'm not sure. I need more time to think this out. And then the caution, the grumpy and butterfly. I have no idea. I need more time. Okay, let's
I'm
just.
really good at
we'll figure it
grumping
out.
things. I'll be his friend, don't worry.
Let's just we have to
That's
wait
true.
till we
But I
come
feel like
across anything.
It says no matter what, we can't soothe thy lonely soul, and I still don't know what that means. We're not supposed to do it no matter what, so this whole time we can't do it, and we need to know what it means so we don't do it. Because what if it's something that's not obvious? Because, like, I'm not dumb. Like, I know what you were getting at. Oh, don't you just... I know. That's not what I meant.
I think-
I spent a lot of time in the forest. You'd be surprised what people do when they're alone.
I think the middle section where it says behind the veil of danger is I is probably, referring obviously to the bourgeois himself. He's behind all of these traps that they set up for us. And then the last part's just saying that we should not soothe the lonely soul. Maybe it's a spirit or him himself. I'm not sure.
It says thy lonely soul. Does thy mean my or does thy mean yours?
Thy lonely. Yeah, that's true.
just keep your hands in the open, right?
Listen,
Well-
Pop, I'm not gonna try and fix this because then I will be soothing you, and I'm not supposed to do it. So let's just go.
Let's forge ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna be distraught the whole time so that no matter what, I won't get soothed so that we won't do the bad thing.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, good idea.
All right. So you guys start heading down this corridor,
That's your unsoothed soul.
Yeah,
crying out.
and maybe 30 minutes of walking. There's no deviations, no side passages. It's kind of strange. But you're just walking and walking, and suddenly the corridor forks. You see a corridor kind of to your relative east, and a corridor that goes to the north that kind of just keeps on going. Yes, and the corridor to the east, you hear the sound of like dripping water, almost kind of echoing. It's very faint, very soft. And those of you who have dark vision, you can make out the softest green glow coming from the back. Just ever so slightly. Just this like static green glow. And then the corridor north continuing, it doesn't, it just seems to continue going.
Well,
Is there any gravel on the ground?
Yeah, it's pretty. There's dirt and gravel and broken stone pretty much all over the place.
Can I just take a medium-sized rock and toss one down the north path? Just want to hear what it sounds like.
Sure. So you take it and you just chuck it down the north path, and you hear like the echoes, the soft echoes as it hits the ground and then kind of echoes out. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to pique your interest.
Can I send the 2 dancing lights in front down towards the dripping, glowing hallway and see if we can see any more?
Yeah. So you send it pretty far down, and it heads east, and then it curves around a bend. So you won't be really able to see much from where you were at, your vantage point.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, and I don't know if it means we have to go that way or avoid that way, but if there's some sort of stalactite or stalagmite, and maybe it looks silver, and maybe that's the spindle, but I still don't know if it means we gotta go towards it or keep going past the hole.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna know what to do until we actually find something to,
So should we check out the dripping, glowy cave room over there?
And that's something. Maybe I'll step forward and give it a look. What do you think?
I'll go with you.
Okay, both you guys give me a perception check.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor because I'm scared.
What does your mage armor look like?
I think I've described it before. Basically, I just let's see. I don't have my wand, so yeah, just with my hand, I'm gonna make a line across my chest, and then with a piece of leather, and then slowly over a few seconds, you just see like this leather kind of studded armor. It's like magical, kind of just like form, and then slowly fade away. But I'm kind of like a little bit of a shine to my body now.
Okay.
Like when you enchant Minecraft armor and it's just kind of glimmery.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got the Minecraft knowledge now. Watch out. I got a 16.
16. Okay. Because of your dark vision, it's a little easier for you to see past the dancing lights. You guys start heading, and as you make that turn, you look down and you notice that there's this like pretty steep gradient, and there's just water dripping from the ceiling, and it's hitting this steep gradient, and it's got this slick feel to it, and it kind of goes off, and that green glow is a little bit brighter, but from where you're at, you can't really see what's down there. It's just this soft green glow, and now that you're closer, it's almost pulsing ever just so slightly. It gets a little bit lighter and a little bit darker.
So slip, does that mean slide down this?
Maybe.
Very good.
I think maybe we take a look down the other lane as well.
Yeah, let's you always go the wrong way before you go the right way. Might find some good stuff.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys head back. It's not too far. It's just like maybe 50, 60 feet. Back into that main hallway, and then you guys continue going north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you head north, and you maybe 2 or 3 minutes of walking, you come to a big arched door. And it looks like there's a wall in front of you, and a little bit of dirt has fallen in. And there's a big old arch kind of in a wall that would face you. And as you get closer and closer, your footsteps start to echo just a little bit louder. And you notice that this room you're coming up to, it seems to open up into some kind of big hall or something, a much larger room than this narrow pathway you're in. Are you guys gonna go investigate, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go try to just.
The last one wasn't it, so this one has to be it, right? That's how it works. Let's just go.
Well,
Yeah,
shouldn't,
okay.
Maybe have someone inspect the
No.
door before you in. Okay.
I'm gonna inspect the door before I go in.
Okay. Good.
So you wait. You're inspecting the door?
Well, it's just a door, right?
No, it's a doorway. It's just like an arch.
Oh, it's just a doorway.
Doorway. There's no actual like door or barrier.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then I'm just gonna like do like the very.
All right.
the inside.
Give me a perception check.
21.
21.
Nice.
21.
And so you look into this room, and from the sounds, like just the sounds of people's feet and stuff, you kind of listen, and it's a pretty big room. You can't see too deep into it because it goes off, but maybe the room's 30 by 50 feet wide. It's a pretty deep room. And the ceiling itself is maybe a good 20 feet up as well. But other than that, like you can't really see much without some sort of like bright light source.
I'll come up with the torch and
Okay.
just kind of cautiously hold it into the room. See if that helps
So
us a little
you
bit.
hold it into the room, and it's weird, Pup. It's like it's almost like you see within the room reflections, ever so slightly every once in a while, in very like linear patterns coming from throughout the room, but you can't really make out what it is. It's almost like the second you see it, it's gone.
Is it similar? Is it like the same but opposite of Kaith? Where like for like the split second, it was like she wasn't there.
No. This is like you keep. It's so faint. The firelight. It's almost like you catch a reflection of some kind of weird line, almost like a wire, and then it's like you moved too far. It's almost like you'd have to keep yourself so still to see it. And all throughout the room, these ripple.
I think that this room may have like a lot of strings or something in it. It says something about a spindle, right? Isn't that the thingy you said that's how they make yarn? I think that there might be a lot of invisible yarn in here. Like everywhere, like...
Maybe both rooms are connected. Spindle the slip, right? Maybe we need to take something from this room and move it to the other space.
Or we just need to slip by them without touching any of them.
Oh, or that.
That's what I'm thinking.
That one.
Or we can set it on fire.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Yeah! Let's set it on fire.
Who wants
I'm not
to
sure
set
setting
on
anything on fire is a good idea.
It's always a good idea.
Maybe let's avoid setting things on fire.
Here.
Until we know what they are.
Such a party pooper.
Well, I mean, one direction could be the first line, and then the second direction could be the other line where it said Dragon's Breath. So like because I know there was some kind of a dripping happening. Could be like it could be like dripping like oil or some kind of thing to make fire. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of which one would be the correct way to go.
Rezik, give me a D20, just a straight D20 roll.
How was the string? I didn't catch like how it's set up in this room. Like,
it's just like hundreds of strings in all different directions.
Like a laser room, like in a museum.
Yeah. It's almost like you need some like rocket boots to get through.
Oh my god.
It's a natural one.
A natural one.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, all right.
Carry on.
Got a natural one. Wait a minute. Kelwise, give me a D100.
Oh, gosh. I always get to roll the D100s.
I keep forgetting.
What did we say? That's a 2, and then you. Yeah, that's it. Got it. Never mind. Oh boy. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. That's a 9.
A 9.
09.
Okay. Noted.
Can I roll?
No.
I'd like to attempt my rock throwing idea again. Maybe just grab a couple rocks, maybe a few pieces of gravel, several maybe, and just toss them into the room. See if they like bounce off of anything.
Yeah. Throw a couple rocks.
Okay. I'm throwing a couple rocks.
Yeah, you throw a couple rocks, and one of those rocks just hits and seems to just be held in stasis.
No.
It sticks to something, and you just can't.
No.
Give me a pup and give me a perception check. Another perception check.
Spider.
And me?
My...
Did you say me, James?
Just Kelwise and.
Oh man, it was good, and then it was bad. It was 5.
10.
It was like 16. Screw you, 3.
Yeah. As far as you know, it just sticks there, and nothing else seems to happen. Nothing moves. Nothing reacts.
Dresden, do you have that sword?
Yeah, but I'd like to keep it.
Well, I have a dagger. I try to like.
What happened to the fire setting idea? I liked the setting things on.
I want to try to bop right in front of me.
I think we should do that and then fight the spider, and then.
Oh, the spider.
Well, it said to give it a slip.
Unbutterfly dragon.
Setting it on fire won't give it a slip.
I want to.
No,
Are the smallest of us like tiny enough to like crawl under, or is it like on the floor and?
It's very, very, very hard to see. So like, yes. It's easier if you're
Can you
smaller.
move your lights in there further in so we can see better? Like maybe one up towards the ceiling?
Yeah, I'll send my lights around.
Give me an Arcana, or give me a Charisma. Just give me a Charisma check.
I think we might need to head the other direction. I mean, a spider might be thought of as a Quicksilver spindle, no? Reels off spiderweb.
Oh yeah, because its butt is the spindle.
Right. We're gonna give them the slip down the other direction, right?
Natural 20.
All right.
Natural 20. So these lights go straight
That's
up.
like 5.
And you as they're going up, you see them, and then there's like this oval shape that's hard to see, and then you just hear that ever so slightly, and then the lights just go out, and you start to hear
Other way.
clicking sound. Just
let's back up.
Who wants to go down the rock slide?
Let's go.
And Pup, you see just ever so slightly those cables that are like vibrating, just ever so slightly.
Like I see like the rocks like.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Everyone move now. go, other way. And I'm just gonna stand in the door and just be last to go.
Usher us all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
I hate spiders. I hate them.
But are we supposed to give him the slip like in the room or give him the slip by going the other way?
I don't know.
Past
So I'm
the
wondering.
danger is where we're supposed to go, but maybe there's a back route. Maybe that's the slip to get
There's a room
around.
full of spider web and a spider. We go the other way. I don't care what anyone says about anything. We go the other way.
We have a bunch of ropes, so if it's too far of a slip, we'll check
Could
out
we-
that area, use the rope so we can get back up if it's a dead end or whatever.
Is
In
it
the
still
spider
coming,
room?
James?
I mean, you guys backed out, and there's only that like that doorway with the what's it called, arched like opening, and you guys kind of came back, and you don't see anything in the doorway itself, and you don't hear that clicking sound or the hissing sound anymore.
I agree that we might need to give the Quicksilver Spindle the slip and like get past it. I think we already let it know we were there, so that kind of messed that plan up. But,
All right. Who's the lightest of us all?
Probably me. The
Well,
lightest.
there's 3
Yeah.
of us that are like under 3 feet, so.
All right. Well, maybe we tie a rope to one of you. Is the other like way like slippery, like that thing that was
Yeah.
green?
It was slick into like a glowing green room, but you couldn't really see what was past it.
All right. So to me, that is a Quicksilver Spindle, and that's a slip. We tie a rope to one of you, lower you down. Something goes wrong, you scream bloody murder, and we all run and pull you back up. Shouldn't take but a hair's breadth.
Cool. I'll go.
Rez, you still got that rope, right?
yeah. So we're going to do what? We're going to put someone into the slidey box?
Well, it's a slide. We can't get back up the slide because it's slippery,
Okay.
right? So we send someone down with a rope. If they scream bloody murder, or become incapacitated,
Seems a little
whatnot,
dangerous to put Cornelia down a hole.
she's the lightest.
I'm pretty tough.
Remember, we bought like 100 feet of rope. We've got plenty.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rope.
There's so much rope.
So much rope.
Would you rather go in there, Rez?
I'm a little worried that the other area might be the Dragon's Breath area, and there could be fire in
Well,
past the slide. And
we're supposed to
Right.
bathe in the dragon's breath, so that's fine. Go bathe in it.
Also, if we're following the limerick, the first thing is to give that thing the slip, right?
It's not a limit, but
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
All right. Tie a good knot. And I just keep staring at that arch.
let's go back to the other room then. If that's the plan, right?
Well, I mean, it's two hallways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just start going. You're like, other room?
All right,
Yep,
yep.
let's go. And I'm gone.
All right, so you guys go back, and you go up to the which is now to your relative west. I'm just using these because it's not actual west. Relatively west. It goes down, and then it curves around, and there's that dripping water onto like a very sleek, steeply angled platform, which you'd have to slide down. There's no way you could walk it. And then there's like that green, really faintly pulsating light coming from the back.
Is it? Can we check if it's for sure water? Water? Maybe we should light that on fire. Maybe it's like gasoline or something else.
Or
That's what I'm thinking too.
because sewer.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gasoline exists.
Or oil.
Kerosene.
Or yeah.
Oil.
Yeah.
Well,
I
somebody
could.
lick it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be water, stale water, but water nonetheless.
Problem solved. Okay, I'm just gonna post up. They've got it covered. I'm just gonna watch the entrance on the far
They
side.
tied their rope to me. I'm diving. I'm going for it.
I'm telling you guys that it's pee though. Just a heads up. I very much relayed that it is pee.
I'm not going in it.
I'm already in it.
So let's maybe like at least 3 of us hold this rope and just gently lower Miss Tiny Toes down.
I'm down.
Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty easy with the rope to just slide down really softly. And when you get to the bottom, you step in, it's a little muddy. There's some puddles, and you notice like there's quite a bit of water. Maybe like an inch of water at the bottom of this. It's just like this little puddle. And you look forward, and the room kind of opens up ever so slightly. Not huge, but you see like these dancing green hues lining the walls, and there's just like this green particles just floating ever so slightly in this area. And down at the bottom on the floor, you see 4 to 5 corpses just laying there.
How many fire floaty things are there?
Oh, there's hundreds, just little particles every once in a while, and then the walls themselves are just growing green with what looks like a moss almost.
So
And then I just see bodies. And then is the room? How big is the room?
It's maybe like 6 to 7 feet wide. It looks like this tunnel just continues on, but this moss is almost like eaten into the walls a little bit, so it makes this little round room, and then there's nothing beyond it other than these bodies that are laying in the middle.
Is it safe down there?
I don't think so. There's
Does it look
dead
like
people.
there's an exit?
Do you see a door?
So you said it. So beyond this little section, there is a tunnel beyond, and I can see that.
No.
Oh,
There's just like this balled out
All right.
stop, and then there's just bodies in the middle, and then moss along the walls.
Dang. Okay.
Can we come down?
No.
You do notice though, a couple of the bodies actually have. They look newer. They seem to have some very like nicer clothing. Maybe merchant class.
I'm gonna yell back. Basically, what I see some dead bodies. I'm going to inspect them.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of how are you approaching these bodies?
Stealthily.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
So that's a 16.
Okay. Yeah, so very quietly, like you don't quite lift your feet out of the water. Oh, all right. 18. So you move almost silently through this muddy, mucky water, and you get to the corpses, and you notice that some of them have packs, some of them, and the water has kind of damaged a lot of the stuff. But like some of them have coin purses, some of them have backpacks. Some of these bodies look older than others. They definitely don't look like they all were left here at the same time.
Can I tell if they're all human or?
They all seem to be human, yeah. Or at least the size of a human.
Okay, I think I'm going to maybe grab some of the newer packs and then just call to have myself pulled back up with the rope.
Okay, so you start pilfering. There's a coin purse that's up, and you can grab that, and you hear like a sizable jingle in the purse, and one of the guys has fallen face down, and he's got this backpack. And this backpack's got a bunch of. It's got some old rations that have gone bad years maybe ago. You see there's a few torches in here. There's a nice, almost like a clay mug that seems to be like crafted very, very nicely. There's strangely enough, there's like a multicolored long-haired wig It's got all kinds of different like browns and golds and reds in it, and it's just this long wig. You find a couple daggers, and then you find a box of dried tobacco that's seemingly still good. And as you're pilfering, it's almost like a smell. There's like this musky smell that kind of enters your nostrils. It's very, very faint.
Okay. Is it familiar? If I start smelling, can I kind of look around, see if what caused that?
You assume it's just the smell of this moss.
Okay. Cool. Can I be done? I think I'm gonna grab. I think I'm gonna grab just the coins and then the last thing you said. The
Coins and the tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna yell at the same time.
Okay.
Pull me back up.
You yell, "Pull me back up," and as you turn, and you hadn't noticed because you were looking at the pack, those green lights almost seem to be like a snow have started raining down on you just ever so slightly. And as you turn and as they start to pull on you, one of them touches your skin and just this poof is like this green, it's almost like dust. It's almost like smoke just poof into the air. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Four.
A 4. So like it scares you and instantly that you just feel that you taste that just weird mold just into your lungs as you're pulled out. And tastes bad. It's not good. It's just bleh. Other than this weird taste in your lungs, it doesn't seem to affect you.
And I've been pulled out at this point. I'm back with the
Yeah,
rest of
and
the-
they pull you back up. Yeah.
You all right?
I think so. It's a dead end, it seems. And I kind of explain what I saw with the moss and the dead people. Yeah. I'm not sure there's much to do down there. See what
In the
they
spider
think.
room, did we see any other exit? Because my head was in there.
Yeah. From what the fire light
in the orbs
looked, it was hard to tell. I mean, the back of the room was pretty dark. You didn't really get to see all the way back into the dark just because the torchlight didn't go all that far, and the dancing lights didn't go far enough back because the dancing lights themselves aren't super bright. Like altogether they're much brighter, but like it wasn't enough light to really see all the way to the back. So from what you saw, there was no exits, but there might be one in the back.
I was just staring at the riddle this whole time. I suggest, what if we think of the first 2 lines as all one instruction, and that it's saying that the way to get past the Quicksilver spindle is with fire, and then we dip under the web.
Maybe it's scared of fire and
Yeah,
it
I
just
still like the fire idea.
Mm-hmm.
What did you
definitely
grab?
possible. I still think that the slip kind of infers that we're supposed to try to sneak around it, but I mean, those two could be related.
Or we're supposed to make the spider slip by making him fall into this little green thing. We bring him all the way over here, then we push him in because he slips in on the water. I mean, the pee. Just kidding, it was water.
It sounds fun, but also might be a lot of work.
Well, I still think that we should probably go do something to the spider, so I'm gonna go and I just go back to the other room.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm on a mission! I like puzzles.
Yeah, no, I'm just
I'll
going back to the other room.
I'll follow, yeah.
All right. The rest of you guys following behind. Okay. So yeah, you get to the you get to that
We
room.
need like stealth to it though, like
Yeah.
once we get to like the this part in the crossroads, can we stealth to the spider door?
Sure. Give me a group stealth check.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
14.
12.
19.
7.
15.
Yeah. So you guys managed to make it pretty quietly. Yeah, you make it very quietly through back to that arched doorway, and it seems quiet. Although, who's in front now? Pup, are you in front?
Yeah.
Give me another perception check.
Okay. 19.
19. Yeah, you're looking and you notice that stone that was caught in the web is no longer there. It's not on the ground. It's not hovering where it was. It's just gone.
Okay.
So I think that the thingy probably took those stones. It's not there anymore.
Or perhaps the web dissolved them.
Or maybe it dissolved them. Yeah, that's good.
If I like lay down on the ground and look across, do I see any webs? Or any like the same shiny? Because like, do I recognize?
Yeah. Now that you kind of know what you're looking for, through the torchlight that Kelwise has, you can see those spindles are there.
Okay.
What do you think if we try to light this room up by throwing this torch into the room?
Fire!
Do we have like a million torches? Can you light another one?
We have 9 left after this one.
Yeah, that's a million. Can you touch this?
torch.
Then I yeet it. Boom. Done.
All right,
Choice
yeah.
made.
It goes in, and you see like those cables start melting and falling in on top of each other, and then it hits the ground. And after some of those kind of go away, the torch just falls onto the ground and it's just lighting up the room.
We should go test the walls.
You kind of see just off into the distance. You can see what looks like maybe a spiral staircase that winds up and up and up. Maybe 20 feet in the air, you see like a doorway at the end of this spiral staircase.
I relay this.
Okay.
Do you think that we should set everything on fire?
Do the spindles like burn and then not reappear, or?
Yeah, they don't seem to reappear.
And you put in a lot of fire.
Yeah, I'll
I like
light
tug
up
on.
another torch.
And as you guys, as you guys are kind of sitting there, you kind of hear a.
Yep.
Let's just squash it. I squash spiders all the time.
We could kill it, or we could try to distract it. Either one is good with me.
And then, that torch just goes out. And then you kind of look down at the torch, just in the torchlight of Kelwise's torch, and you see that something has just and smothered this flame.
All right, so kill it or distract it.
Yeah, so
Fire would be great
go,
right
go.
now.
Let it on fire. Go. You know where it is. Go.
I'm like pulling on Rez's.
So I'm attacking the spider. Okay.
Let it on
let's do it.
fire.
Light it up!
Set it on fire.
Okay, we're attacking. I'm gonna attack the spider.
Yeah. Squish it. Squish it. Squish it.
Light it up. Light it up.
Are you gonna do it?
That's what I said. I'm doing.
Okay.
All right.
I say we light all of our torches and huddle together and just make a dash for it.
Now
Not
let's
fight
kill
it.
him.
I liked the distraction idea.
I mean, at this point,
I already threw my
doesn't hear us?
firebolt, so
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you aiming at, Rezik?
at the spider.
like
but-
where the torch was.
Yep.
Where the torch was? Okay, well, you shoot a firebolt towards where that torch was, and it lights up, but then you see kind of a reflective gel almost on the torch head where it used to be, but there's no spider anywhere near it.
Does that fireball essentially clear a path for us though in the direction of the staircase?
Yeah, you definitely see those spindles kind of melt from the direction he shoots.
You guys want to light fire and run then? Or hold on, Cowboys. Come here. Wait. Trust. You can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Give me that torch, and I yeet it far away. And I'm like,
Trust, lead us to the doorway.
and I grab two people's hands.
Right, so I'm leading us to the doorway.
Trust, give me a perception check, Trust.
Mm-hmm. 13.
13, yeah. You run into the room, and there's kind of lights everywhere now. Kelwise has a light. There's another light that she just that popped through. And
I stole Culwise's and threw it.
Oh, you stole Kelwise.
I lit a second one earlier, so yeah.
I already threw that one.
Threw that one too. Are you lighting a third one?
With what?
Yeah, I guess not because we don't have anything to light
Okay.
with.
Yeah, you walk in and Trust, because you can see in the dark. You see the dark outlines of.
We have two of the dancing lights still.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you have dancing lights as well.
We still have two of them.
I mean, every 10 minutes it recasts, so I'm sure you could
Oh.
pull back 4 of them again. You look up and you see that oval far, far above you in the ceiling, and it's weird because it's not one oval. It's not even 2 ovals.
Oh, Jesus.
It looks like there's 3 of them, and they're big. And it's weird because they're so far away from you. For them to be that big and to be that far away is a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
Um,
Naturally.
So you guys start making a break for it, I'm assuming, and running.
Yeah.
Everyone give me an acrobatics check. And give me it with disadvantage. You're trying not to hit these spindles, but they're almost invisible.
My first roll.
But we still have that
Damn
clear
it.
walkway cleared from the fireball, right?
As far as you can tell, but some of those, threads might come hanging down. I mean, you guys he shot the fireball straight towards the torch. So
Well, I wasted my natural 20, but I got a 12.
12,
13.
10.
13, 10.
I got an 8.
16.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. So you guys bust through here, and again, that multiple now you hear coming bouncing off the ceilings, and this just filling the room. You guys run. You make it almost to the staircase. Surprisingly, Fitz is dodging left and right. It's like he's got his kung fu pose, and you're like, you don't know kung fu. He's
Does he
gonna
have
die.
his bubble though?
But he is
Can I create a minor illusion of just someone just screaming bloody murder in a far corner away from where we are?
Sure. All right. So you guys start running through this room, and suddenly, just murderous screams start erupting from the corner, making it all the more terrifying, completely blanketing out those clicks and whatever. Pup, you, Rezik, and Trust, you're running, and all of a sudden, whoof, one of you trips. Your leg is stuck to something that's touching the floor. Whoof, oh my gosh, Rezik, your shoulder's just stuck in something, and you can't get it out. And Trust, same thing. Something almost wraps around your ankle, and you guys are just held fast. All of you guys give me a strength check.
Me too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody?
I'm
No,
really mad
just the
because my
three.
first roll was a 19 and you made us roll with disadvantage. So just
And it could be a no, James, because I try to use my Firebolt to just like grab onto it and say Incento and try to just burn it off me instead of trying to yank myself off of it.
Okay,
Not
give me
very
an
strong.
Arcana check if that's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
The other two, give me a strength check.
15.
19.
Hey.
Okay,
Nat 20.
So yeah. All right. So
Got that
you hear
adrenaline.
screaming going off, and you two just rip yourselves free. Luckily, it caught your socks. It might have ripped your socks a little bit. They were your favorite socks, but it's worth it. You guys make it to that staircase, and Rezik, you burn off that gel-like substance when you just feel it's so light you almost didn't even notice it, but you just feel the wind around you kind of go ever so lightly. And when you turn around, you see a spider that is 5 feet tall on all legs right in front of you. And as its mandibles just start clicking,
Aragog!
it lurches at you.
Is he
And
close to us?
You shoot that fireball, and it lurches at you, and that fireball goes off, and it just
Oh, thank God.
it reels back, and then kind of hunches back up, and then you guys run off. Now, the first thing you see when you get to this staircase is it is more. It's a metal staircase, but it's more rust than metal at this point. It might hold you, it might not. It's tough to tell. It's the kind of thing you'd be like, no kids, stay away from that staircase. In fact, don't even go into this room.
Can I run up the quickly walk up the first few steps?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I'm
give me an acrobatics check because you're kind of trying. Your inclination would be to kind of lightfoot this.
Well, I'm also like 10 pounds.
You are like,
but
yeah, give me you with advantage. You get advantage because you're small.
I'm small, good. 'Cause that was a 3. And that was an 8, but that's better than a 3. Whoa, acrobatics? Ooh, +3, so 11.
11, yeah. So you start, and she starts running up the stairs, and then one of the steps falls out, doesn't fall off, but she catches herself, and then she starts making her way light-footing up the steps. And you seem to be able to make it all the way up. And as you do that, you look out, and right in front of you, you just see that.
I cast Thunderwave! I cast Thunderwave!
All right. All right. All right. The scream is still echoing. That one spider fall in front, and then there's another spider right in Trust's face when you guys just hear boom, like a depth charge just goes off. And that stairwell that you're right at the edge of just explodes.
Oops.
And the
I thought I
spider.
was at the top of it.
Well, you are, but Thunderwave.
Firing out. I didn't think I was firing towards the stairs behind me, but.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that it's like the reverberations of this thunderous clap. It's not even like the initial spell hit it, but the thundering of that spell. This giant column just starts falling. Everybody at the base, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm so sorry, guys. Do I just go falling through the air? Like, what's happening?
7.
18.
17.
Kelwise or Rezik, what did you get?
18.
Are we also at the base? Where am I?
You
All of us are.
guys all ran over to the base of the stairs, right?
Well,
Are
yeah, I mean,
we
we ran in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what happened.
Everyone's got a
Okay.
This is a dex check.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
15.
I got a
Oh, wait.
10.
10. All right, so this
Oh, I
thing
got a 9.
starts going,
Fine.
and you just have a split second of oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and boom, this thing explodes. It's falling apart midair. It explodes, and this giant dust cloud just erupts in the room, and you just hear metal crushing everything below it. And Pup, you and Rezik take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as these just little pieces of the staircase fall on you, and it explodes, and you see this dust rising up, and immediately you hear, "My ankle!" And you look, and just there's this giant piece of that staircase just crushing Fitz's ankle. And that's where we're going to take a break. Our mid-game break here.
Love it.
The Path of the Barbarian isn't just some fantasy game theme. It really is a way of life. A true barbarian keeps his instincts super sharp. And also, his body in tip-top shape. There's spam in here. Whole can. A barbarian is a man of few words. All he really needs is right here. You might be thinking, big muscles, a strong constitution, that's the barbarian's greatest assets. But you'd be wrong. It's right here.
What the hell?
She's the one that I want with me when the sky comes crashing down to the sea. And I'll always trust her to roll 20. Everyone's excited because tonight we're playing D&D.
It's not a big deal, Barrett. I just missed my period. I'm on the pill, but you know those things aren't 100%. Can make my cycle, like, inconsistent. I haven't even decided if I'm going to take the test yet, so for now, not a word, okay? Thank you.
Hey, she just had a thing. You know, girls with her. Thanks. Look, barbarians are masters of the human body. Completely in tune with the female physiology. Izzy doesn't need that test. Everything that she needs, right here. Pregnancy, 2 words or 1?
The Grand Magician eyes you carefully.
I see you found your way through my tower. If you want me to make a portal to the Nightmare Realm, it's gonna cost 1 million gold pieces.
There's no way we're paying that.
Okay then.
No. What if we perform for you? Bubbles is an accomplished musician, and I know a dozen dancers from multiple kingdoms.
No.
Oh, we could tell you a funny joke.
I am 1,000 years old. I've already heard every joke there ever was told.
Or, how about Princess Adeline gives you a kiss?
New joke it is! New jokes!
Dyslexic man walks into a bra.
Why didn't the melon get married?
They can't elope.
Ooh, how do fish get high?
Seaweed.
Why did the picture go to jail?
It was framed.
God damn it.
So, the other day I was in sorcery school with my teacher, Alchemy. And since it was the end of the semester, we were having hexaminations. I had not studied at all because we were short-staffed at work. So my eyes happened to wander over to my best friend Emma's test. But I got caught. I'm lucky I did not get expelled.
All right. Why do women have legs? Hey, Izzy, would you say your feet feel swollen?
Stop it. I already feel nervous enough as it is. Thinking about being pregnant is making me nauseous.
Nausea.
Would you cut it out with the list, please?
Well, dude, if we're gonna be pregnant.
Right, okay, this does not involve you.
Of course.
What is Sarah doing in there? I have to pee.
On a stick?
Noah wants jokes, so I will give him jokes. 1001 jokes. That's offensive.
I have an inferiority complex, but it's not a very good one.
My bladder is literally going to explode. Is Sarah still in the bathroom? Am I her babysitter? I thought you were. Okay.
Hey, Izzy, would you say there's been an increase of the frequency of your urination? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
You know what? Knock it off. Seriously. Because you know what? I will find out soon enough. You know, I don't need to take the test if 9 months comes along and, you know, a baby just falls out onto the floor covered in placenta and blood. You know, I guess I'll know then, right? It's fine.
What are you eating?
You know, taco guac is actually way better than it sounds.
Interesting. Do you have other cravings like kimchi and jelly beans, fish and peanut butter, marshmallows and beef jerky, maraschino cherries, dipped in SpaghettiOs, tuna fish and white chocolate?
I had that last night.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. I'll take the test.
Good.
Okay, hold my taco guac. Don't eat it. Emily. You know, my sun is in Taurus. My moon is in Aries, which kind of works against each other and stuff, but I've got like this Cancer rising sort of thing going on, which makes people think that I'm sensitive, but inside I'm like full of rage. But my mother-in-law's a Sagittarius, so she's insane anyway.
Look, I don't care if she's pregnant, but I need to know. For scheduling purposes. Only a fool would willingly walk into the lion's den. Oh, but I would totally walk into a lion's den. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of lions. I'm afraid of girls. Wait.
How do you make holy water?
You boil the hell out of it.
Why do cows wear bells?
Their horns don't work.
Why did the scarecrow win an award?
He was outstanding in his field.
What do you call a fish with no eyes? What did the hat say to the one in the closet?
Wait right here. I'll go on ahead.
What did the janitor yell out as he jumped out from the closet?
Supplies.
What are 4 bullfighters in quicksand called?
Cuatro, cinco.
What did the egg say to the...
What the fuck?
It was root beer.
Yeah, you were just drinking
I
it.
forgot.
Oh my god, is that a pregnancy test?
It's mine.
That's your pregnancy test.
Yes.
Well, unless one of you wants to fork over 1 million gold coins, we need to come up with a new joke.
Well, I'm out. Except for one, but I can't.
Why not?
Because it's inappropriate.
Sarah, we're not at one of your classrooms.
Fine. Anal intercourse is for assholes.
Sarah!
I hadn't heard that one before.
I mean, I know it's not intercourse. I just really hate the S word.
All right, I guess I'm gonna make you guys a portal.
Thank God. I thought I was gonna have to kiss you.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
So, as you can see, barbarians are equipped to handle any threat, whether it's the monthly red dragon or the emotional crimson tide, or a woman's.
Don't finish that sentence.
No. You have chapstick on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Right.
Well, I did it. And I'm positive that I'm not taking this test.
Love that answer.
Dust fills the room.
Well, yours is right.
Echoes of this staircase, this rusted staircase, just
great
bounces off the walls. You hear, "My ankle! Oh, my ankle! I cannot move, for it is broken for sure." You kind of look around. Some of you got hit by some of this. It seems like most of the cobwebs got pulled down with it, but unfortunately, that 15, 20 foot gap is now just a face of a wall.
Great. I'll run over and try and pull whatever's on top of Fitz's freaking ankle.
Yeah, I'll try to pull him out.
If I can even see.
You're still up top. You made it. You made it up
Oh.
top.
So I can catch the rope that gets thrown eventually. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can just haul everybody up with your big muscles.
Look for something.
Yeah,
Look
no.
for something.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a strength check.
Me? No.
Golly, man. 10.
And then I'm trying to pull him out at the same time, if that helps.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a strength check as well.
Can I'm not sure if this is a thing, by the way, but can I like cast minor illusion and just create like a mirror to protect Trust so that like no spiders see her while she's.
Minor illusion is something static. A mirror, you can't really create a mirror because it wouldn't move. You know what I mean? Like you could make a mirror, but it wouldn't reflect anything. It would just be a mirror.
Like a drawing of a mirror.
Yeah. Okay. It would be like taking pencils and drawing
a wall.
You could put a wall, but it's only 5 foot by 5 foot. So it has to fit within a 5 by 5 by 5 foot square.
Can I disguise myself? No.
Maybe I'll just like make a pillar or something. Because how big is the entrance where she's standing? Because wasn't there a spider looking at her and she cast that thing? So
oh yeah, and like... the spiders kind of went flying. It's kind of hard to tell. Like you can't even really see Trust because there's so much dust in the air right now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
is there rubble up by me that I can like hide behind right in the meantime?
Yeah. There's like you could go deeper into this tunnel, and then there's definitely some like rubble and stuff that you could hide behind. But as far as you can see in that giant plume of dust, there's no spiders. At least no spiders like next to you at all.
Problem solved, guys.
And while this is going on, I want to light another torch.
Has Fitz's leg popped off yet, please?
Yeah, you guys, it wasn't super heavy, and when you look, his ankle is probably fine.
I hit it with my sword. It's just as hard as no, I'm kidding.
Probably
You pull him out, and as you pull him out, he's just, oh, my leg! I have been wounded forever.
Stop talking. Catch a bubble.
slap him.
You're gonna die.
What are you guys doing?
Stop making noise. The spiders will hear you and kill you. Shut up.
If there are no spiders around, I'll probably just take that rope out, and I'll ask Dresden to throw it up to Trust.
Okay.
Or I'll suggest maybe we attach it to an arrow and maybe shoot it up. I don't. It's
only
30
20 feet.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I check it. I check the heavy end.
Okay.
By that I mean the coil of rope. Like not that like I weighed the two ends.
Yeah. Trust, give me a dexterity save. A dexterity check to catch this rope.
Dex, where you at? 18.
18. Yeah. So
All right.
You throw this rope up and you catch it. You guys now have this at least rope up, and Trust, what are you gonna do with that end of the rope?
Tie it to like the heaviest looking piece of rubble up by me. Look for something to tie it to.
Yeah. There's not anything great to tie it to. You might be able to like wedge it in between two bricks in like a corner. The pathway kind of goes straight a little bit and then juts left, and a couple of those bricks in the corner of the wall had like the have been worn away, so you could really shove it into there.
Can I try to running start scale the wall and pull myself up? Can I try like
a
launch
running
myself up the wall?
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Do I roll acrobatics?
Can I shout down and be like, wrap the sticky stuff around your hands! Crawl up the wall!
It would be an athletics check.
Athletics?
Spider-Man it?
Yeah.
Or Spider-Gwen it?
Spider-Puppet.
16.
16. So you make it. You're so close. But you have that rope right there that you can grab onto, and you can just give it a little tug, and you might be able to just lift yourself up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. Trust. You're holding this rope. You're running back.
Because she's like farther back, right? Because she's like
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
put stuff in between rocks.
Yeah. So Trust, you're running forward, and all of a sudden, give me an athletics check.
Wait, I thought she was going up the wall, not using the rope.
Yeah, she almost made it up 20, which is like insane. But
Oh, I thought it was 15. You said 10 to 15, sir?
it's
No,
15,
it's
20
20.
feet. It was 20, closer
I'm
to 20.
bad at listening, sir.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, what is this roll?
Athletics.
Athletics +1, 16.
16. All right. So you managed to pull yourself as you're like, I haven't tied it yet. Pup, it gives you just enough to just reach up, American Warrior style, and just grab it. And you guys just saw her scale basically a 20-foot flat face.
I mean, yeah, 20 feet, that's way cooler. Yeah.
She lifts herself up. So you're up. And
I can help you hold it. If it's two of us holding it, we can probably hold it a lot better.
Yes, please.
let's
have the little ones come up first. All of us little ones.
Kelwise, but you start to hear just ever so slightly from somewhere in the room, just like a.
I'm pulling out another torch, which I will light.
Okay, you light the torch. Oh, well, you have to light it with. You're gonna need.
I yell to Rezik, please light this torch for me.
You got it.
Actually, question here. You said the item that Rez had earlier, the black rock, was like flint. How like flint is it?
It was just like flint in the fact that it was like very sharp, like shale almost.
Okay.
It wouldn't spark.
Wouldn't spark. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I yell to Rezik, I know. Can you light this torch for me? Can you help me out with getting this torch lit?
You got it. I Incento, and I just light it up.
And that torch goes, and then goes back to like a reasonable flame. And in that second that light bursts, way up in the ceiling on the corner, you see that oval shape, just the outline of it, and then go back into darkness. Way off in the corner.
All right. And I'd actually like to pull out a second torch and light both torches, so I have one in each hand.
Okay. As you're doing that, yeah, you get around that corner, that 10 feet down. There really isn't anything to tie it to. You can hide behind it, but you might have to just like brace it in between, like wedge that rope in between two bricks, and then just hold on for dear life. That might be your best bet to keeping this rope tight, or at least from sliding down. Okay, I was wondering. I don't see any movement.
What?
I can't tell if she's moving or she's just really good mime. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, so Pup, you can go and do that with her as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you both run, and both of you, Pup, you and Trust, give me athletics checks.
14.
I think mine's a 9. Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay. Who's going up the rope first?
Lightest one, go.
Yeah. Tiny
All right. Give me a athletics climb check.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
16.
All right, 16. Yeah, you shimmy up this rope pretty quickly with little difficulty. Give me a perception check.
Ooh. Natural 1, but plus if you want 3.
3, yeah. So you're climbing up and you peek over your shoulder and there's just so much dust in the air. It's really hard to tell. And it's kind of getting in your eyes. So you kind of shimmy up and run off. Who's going up next?
Who's left? Me, Rez, and
The
Cullen.
boys.
The boys.
Kilwise,
I'm
what do you?
probably the next lightest, but maybe okay. So I toss my 2 torches, one to each of you, one to Rez, one to Dresden, just in case they need them. They grab them, I'm sure, very efficiently, and I scurry on up the rope.
Yeah, I immediately do the Jurassic Park thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, someone's got to do the wave.
Go fetch. All right, give me
And it always works.
Try and climb.
I'm sorry. Give me
Every
what?
time I watch the movie, it works.
Athletics check.
12.
For some.
Ooh, 12. All right. Yeah, so you have little trouble climbing up as well. Give me a perception check.
Oh, God.
Better.
15.
15, yeah. So you look over your shoulder, and in the corner you still see that oval, and that clicking sound is happening. But you also notice creeping in pretty close just on the top corner, coming closer and closer and closer to the party, in kind of one of the darker corners, is another oval shape, and it doesn't seem, and it's close enough where it's out of Dresden's peripherals. So it's like up on the ceiling, and it's coming when he's swinging that thing around, but it seems creeping ever so slowly.
I knelt down to try to warn him of this.
Okay,
Dresden, watch your back, Dresden. There's one coming up behind you.
As that happens, Fitz hobbles over to the rope, and he's like, "How are you going to pull me up this?"
Climb.
We'll pull you over the end.
I put the torch under his ass.
Yeah, climb, Fitz, climb.
It almost heals his ankle. It's uncanny how that how effective it is. It's just healing his ailments. And Fitz might not be strong. He might not be masculine, but boy, does he go up that rope like a Boy Scout. He just shimmies up that rope, and he just kind of scrambles up to the top and just on all fours just waddles into that hallway. And as you're kind of waving that torch around, out of the corner of your eye, you just hear this. Oh! Make a dexterity saving throw.
No. Oh, hey. Dex save?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
And just by the narrowest margins, you just that gelatinous webbing just goes, lands right behind you, hits the rope. So now the rope is stuck to the wall, but it misses you.
At least it's a short end. See, that's what happens when you just torment a child. Everything happens good in the world. Remember that, Rez. Now get up the rope.
And I climb.
All right, Rez, give me a athletics.
All right.
Did I?
Not 20.
All right. You just kind of up, hey, up.
No legs.
No hands.
He just
like
shimmies up
Princess and the Bride.
It's like fear willpower, just
yeah. And you know what's weird? He's like up,
all legs, baby,
up, and he's still got that torch in his right hand. He's all one-handed.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So good.
Incredible. Yeah, he makes
never in all of his life has he ever been that athletic.
Dresden. It's your turn to climb, and as you turn, you just that same air pressure difference just falls right behind you, and you just know it's right behind you.
I don't even look. I slice the rope on top, like above where it's attached to the wall, grab it as hard as I can, and scream, "Pull!"
Okay.
And we all pull.
All right, you guys are all pulling. Give me strength checks from everyone. Yeah, everyone, give me a strength check.
And if I have to drop the torch to do it, I drop the torch, rope, sword.
15.
15.
19.
12.
19.
Try to grab the rope as you
9.
come up.
All right, Dresden, you feel this incredible force hit the wall right under your feet, right in the tips of your toes as you just into this slot. And as you look out, you hear that, and you see just this slowly making its way on the ceiling, climbing towards you guys.
I go like this with my sword, like I'm playing a triangle.
Yeah. And as I said, that pathway kind of counters left and then just continues on.
Right, we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And this pathway is pretty narrow. You're absolutely sure it would be too much for the spiders to try and follow you through here. Most likely,
Okay, Jaymes. Absolutely sure, and most likely.
Only one way to find out. Let's go! And I sprint.
And I shoot some firebolts as we are like just behind us at the down the hall at them.
And it seems like they're not biting. They had their chance. They're gonna wallow in their self-pity. They're gonna think about what they did.
Wow, these spiders just got a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
How much, Jaymes?
Crisis.
How much of the rope did we lose? I tried to cut, like the thing. But
How
the
much
majority should be up top.
Yeah. Did you guys haven't cut that rope yet, right? That was still like 200 pounds. So you probably cut off, I'd say maybe 25 feet of the rope.
Okay.
Because it would be so heavy to throw, like 200 feet of rope.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's fair.
It's less that you could throw it. It's more that you had to throw enough for.
Jaymes, we spent a lot of money on that rope. It's silk rope.
But you had to throw enough for Trust to catch it and not fall back down the shaft.
What are you getting at?
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. We lost 25. That's fine.
Probably 25 feet.
Curses.
Maybe 30. 40?
No. What?
25.
I stab everyone.
That's not how you bargain.
I'm gone. I'm running. I'm out.
I'm running after her because I'm just like, all right, let's go.
All right, yeah, and you guys run down the hall, and it's not too much longer, maybe a minute before you start to notice the walls look more run down. It's weird to think that the walls could look any older, but they do. They look more just ground down by time. And you start to see like the masoned walls with those bricks slowly start to fade out. The bricks become less and less. And you notice like this almost black chitin-like substance starts covering the walls just a little here and there, a little bit here and there, and then it gets thicker and thicker, and then you come into a crossroad. There's basically a west, an east, and a north path. You see to the east, it's almost like there's moisture in the air here, like, and you see like a little bit of steam just kind of coming from that east passage, like a water vapor steam coming from that east passage. And you look to the north, and the north kind of widens out. It's another like bigger kind of cavernous room, and the pathway west is starts to return to that masoned, worked, man-made kind of structure. And Rezik, give me a perception check.
Okay, 11.
11. Yeah, you hear, you swear like you hear something, like laughter, maybe. It's really like it could have just been a figment of your imagination. It could just be the clicking of those spiders behind you, but you swear you hear kind of some, almost like laughter coming from the west passage.
Boy.
You said that the walls were like scaled?
Yeah, almost like you know how like a beetle's shell has that smooth but kind of specific shape. It almost looks like scales on the walls. It's just like it's getting thicker and thicker with this black.
I want to like touch the walls as I go. Like you know when you walk by a wall and like it has those textures and it feels cool, so you just put patterns in it.
And it does, and it's the substance is really smooth, just like scales. And as you rub your hands about it, this stuff is very, very hard.
Warm?
It's not warm.
The next bit is about the dragon's breath bathing and dipping. So we might want to be on the lookout for fire and try and dip out of it.
There's steam off to the east, right?
Unless we're supposed to bathe in it.
Dip into
Or
it. Yeah.
we're supposed to bathe in something and then dip into something else.
Yeah, that's also possible. Just so you guys know, I'm hearing some laughter. Are you also hearing some laughter in the west, or is that just me?
No, wait, are there jokes? I want to know the jokes, and I run.
No. Come back, Pup. Come back. Pup.
No, I ran.
She's gone.
Teamwork, Pup. Teamwork. Okay, well, let's follow Pup that way, I guess, then.
All right. Everybody but Rezik, give me earmuffs for a second.
Everybody, okay.
Everyone but wait. Well,
Everyone but Rezik.
I could just take my
deafen
headset
yourself.
off. I don't need to cover my ears.
Yeah.
Rezik, you hear that laugh again, and it could only be one thing. You see and you hear like this child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and then you see it, and it's like it's this memory almost, but you're looking at it, and you see Eva, your younger sister, your late younger sister, and she kind of looks at you and laughs and says, like,
"Oh, he's back on. I missed it."
Rezik, I've been looking for you. What took you so long? I want to go play too. And she runs off after Pup. She goes through, like, there's a doorway over there. She goes through a doorway to the right and just disappears.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
Ooh, okay, how do I stop Pup?
Daye. Daye, you're good.
Gosh.
Hey Daye, we're good. Hey Daye. Hey Daye.
I'm here.
Hi.
Okay. There you go.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so after knowing that, I will. Oh my god, how do I stop Pup? I'm gonna scream out in pain and be like, "It got me! Help, Pup!" And just fall to the ground.
Oh yeah, no, I turn around and sprint back. That's.
Do we all get?
Oh my god! Do I have to get into the spiders? And then I get out my little dagger and it's like, I'm gonna.
I grab onto her hand and I say, "Please do not run back that way. There was a ghost that I just saw, and it went in that direction. So please don't go that way, please. As your friend, please don't go that way. It's terrifying. Thank you."
How do you fight ghosts?
You don't. Again, like it said, no matter what, do not sue the lonely soul. So probably don't do that.
Okay, so the other way, and then I run the other way.
Oh boy. I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, that's correct.
There's like spit everywhere.
And Rezik, you hear in an unmistakable voice that you haven't heard in years. You hear, "You have to find me. You have to find me."
Don't like it.
Did we hear that?
No. Just
Good.
Rezik. So which way are you heading?
The other way, the north way, because it was north and then west, right? Yeah.
East. Toward the moisture in the air with the steam, right?
Yeah. There's 3 ways.
There were 3?
There's 3
Yeah.
ways. Yeah, one leads to a big cavern. One leads to the west, which is like just a narrow corridor that seems really well masoned, and one seems to the east, which has that vaporous steam coming out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the steam because my brain says bathe and I want to take a bath.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she runs off, and the steam starts getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and you see this pathway start that black chitinous wall starts getting thinner and thinner to where the pathway's maybe only 3 feet wide at this point. And you come around a bend and you see there's these steel grates on the floor for maybe 50 feet. And very intermittently, you just see this steam just shoots out of the floor, and it's hot. You can feel the heat just coming off of these vents like some kind of geyser. And what's weird and strange, what you notice, the walls here have these. It's like, but almost like a barnacle, or it's like a mix between a crab and a barnacle, and they just line all the walls.
Too many legs, man.
They're just not even. They're not really moving, but that's kind of what you see. It's like almost like a, like similar to like a coral reef made of like shells, and these shells look jagged, and they're just all along the side of this 50-foot steam vent, and just ever so often these steam come.
Are any of the shell barnacle things close enough to grab before stepping onto the vents?
Yeah, you could probably. There's some on the outside in the fringes. Yeah.
Maybe just to see, can I try to pry one off the wall?
Yeah. You start to pry at this thing, and the second your knife touches it, it just and then scuttles onto your knife and just tries to grab your hand. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes!
Oh god, the wall's living. Oh no.
15. A 15, yeah. This thing just kind of lurches at you, and you're just like, ah! You pull back, and it drops to the ground. Very slowly, its legs just kind of, and it scuttles back onto the wall and just sucks into the corner of the wall again.
Okay, everyone, don't touch the walls.
Right, not touching the walls.
Touch the walls?
No.
Just kidding. I know. I'm gonna stand in front of one of the vents that's like blowing. Are they like you can see them on the ground? The vents.
There's like a metal grate on the floor.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put my hands to the side of where it would be to see if it's like hot or not.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like when you get near it, those plumes come out, and that air, super, super vapid air, just kind of hits you, and it's like a sauna in here.
Is it like too hot, or is it like sauna hot? Is it burn me hot?
Get close. Those grates are almost too hot for you to touch. That's how hot this vent is.
But if I stood in it, would it burn me?
Stood in it, you would assume it would do some damage.
Okay.
It's that hot.
All right, check out the big cavern. Hey.
Can I study it for a second and see if there's like a discernible pattern of?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Just like the rock.
This is like a new player question too, with the small creatures. Me being a gnome and being like connected with that creatures, can I like sense anything from the scaly thing that came off the wall?
Yeah, it's not anything you've ever seen before. It's not anything you've come across, and they almost seem like it's like an oceanic creature, kind of, but like it's nothing you've ever seen before.
I got a 12.
A 12. As far as you can tell, if there is a pattern to these geysers, it's so long or it's too complicated, and it's not really something you're going to be able to make. Melissa, give me a history check. Just a straight intelligence history check.
I guess, history, where is that? Oh, so 13.
13, yeah. I mean, your guess is that this is some kind of water creature. It probably is not good if it gets on you. And that's kind of like, that's all you got.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, I agree with Dresden. I think we should maybe check out the large cavern before we figure out how to muddle our way through this one.
Rezik, you see that being from earlier, and this big pouty face kind of walks up. I thought you were gonna play with me. Why wouldn't you play? I was waiting for you.
Is no one else seeing this? Because this is pretty freaky.
Do we see anything?
No,
Rose,
none of you guys see anything.
No, all right, buddy. It's just you.
Okay. Can we move on then? Because this is scaring me.
Hello?
You're scaring
Just a little.
Don't ignore me. I'm going to tell mom and dad.
Is there a pattern?
No, there was no pattern to the steam.
All right, moving forward, and I just go down
Are
the
there
hallway
like
and go the other way.
just? Is like the entire expanse vents, or are there vents ground,
Yeah.
vents ground?
It's basically like there's 50 feet of vents, and those barnacle-like creatures just have made a home of that entire section.
It's wonderful that the ecosystems are so complex.
Wait, so we can't
feel
go
like we're
to the
supposed to
cavern
bathe.
because Rezik's ghost is blocking it?
No, we can go north.
I think Rezik already
You
went.
want to check? And then I run. I run and hopefully run through the being. Kate
You're
wants
running
that to happen.
Through the vents?
No, through back to go north.
The north. Okay. Yeah, you run north, and you see like this cavern kind of widens out again. And there's a very tall ceiling in this area. It's maybe 50 feet high. It's incredibly tall. There's this tall ceiling, and it goes way out, and you see like just the little bits of light, like coming from the end of this tunnel, but you can't really make out what it is.
Can you guys bring some of your lights in here? Can you send one of your little cute little fire dudes all the way down there?
Pew 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 pew.
Okay, your lights kind of go down, and you see pretty far off in the distance, maybe 100 feet off. You see another one of those, like a big grate that's just blocking what looks like a tunnel, like a tubular tunnel.
Is there anything else around anywhere?
Not as far as you can see.
Okay, I want to try to stealth my way over there.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
No. Why you ask me?
Can I go over to Dresden as this is happening?
15? Okay. Yeah. You're gonna go to Dresden?
Dresden.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, I'm not losing my mind. But I'm gonna hope that the lonely soul thing is applying to me right now for some reason, and I'm seeing someone from my past, and they are kind of creeping me out a little bit. So if I, for some reason, start like acting really weird and like start moving somewhere random, maybe stop me, because I might be possessed by a ghost or something. I'm not.
Rezik, you hear. Who are you talking to? Why are you ignoring me?
Is it an ex-girlfriend or something?
Yeah, sure. But
Yeah.
Hello.
Sure, I got you.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey.
I was in the prize.
Why are you being so mean to me right now?
This is the eye that.
Can I take like some spare
so funny.
fabric and like roll it up and like stick it in Rezik's ears?
Oh. Wow. Thank you.
And Rezik, you can still hear a little bit, right? And it's not perfect, but she just falls to her knees and just starts crying softly, not too loud, but she's just crying into her hands.
What better be worth it?
Was Pup running across this cavern?
Yeah.
I was sneaking.
Pup, you start sneaking across this cavern, and you're doing a pretty good job of stealthing. And then you hear it. And then you hear just maybe a dozen of these cracking sounds. And you all see this shadow descend from the ceiling in a swarm and just descend upon Pup. Pup.
Oh my god.
You kind of look, and those dancing lights are still there, and you see these small, maybe inch by inch and a half creatures. They're small, but it's like they have these black, the chitinous wings, and they have this long, almost needle-like face.
God.
And Kelwise, give me a knowledge nature check.
Okay. 9.
A 9. Who else is the? I guess Pup. You give me a knowledge nature check too, because you kind of lived out in the wild.
16.
A 16. So you might have heard passing travelers call these things, and it's not their official name, but they're called sucker bugs. They're more like mini bats with like a mosquito face, but you know them as sucker bugs, and you know that they're bad news, especially they're not too bad by themselves, but in giant quantities, they're bad news.
How many of them do I see?
You see a swarm of them. It's almost impossible for you to tell. What's your armor class?
15.
Okay, so this giant swarm just, and you feel 4 of these things just impale your body, and you take 4 points of piercing damage as these things come at you.
Sucker bugs!
What is everybody doing? Pup, you first.
Oh God.
Well, I'm gonna try to grab 2 of them and bonk them together.
Okay, give me a
They're
strength.
inside of me.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
6.
6. All right. So you try and pull them out, and their bodies, the inside of their wings, it's almost like a suction, like an octopus's tentacles. And they just grabbed on you. You just can't pull these things out, and you start to feel them just drink. You just feel the stuff flowing out of you. What is everyone else doing?
I'm firing a magic missile, or magic missile is at the ones on. Pup.
Okay.
They won't miss.
Yeah. So level 1 magic missiles.
Yes.
So 3 of those magic missiles just right into those sucker bugs, and 3 of them just fall off of you. And there's still one just right in the back of your shoulder sucking. What is everyone else doing?
How far is it to the far side?
All the way down, it's maybe like 120 feet to the far side.
Great. But it's open, or there's a grate stopping?
There's a grate stopping you from going forward. She only made it maybe 30, 40 feet into the cave before that wave just went almost like a tornado, a torrent of these bugs.
Okay. Anyone else?
I yell at Rez. Rez, throw me the torch that you had in your hand, and I go running toward Pup, waving the torch.
Okay, you grab the torch out of his hand and you go waving. You start swinging this thing. Give me an intimidation check.
Nice.
Ooh.
You don't get to use that enough.
Rez, how strong
I really
are your
don't.
magic missiles?
Do you have
What's up?
11.
How strong are your magic missiles? Sorry.
Oh, they're...
Go ahead.
I was just asking how strong those magic missiles were.
They do 1d4 plus 1 damage, but I guess I just killed 3 of them automatically, so that's good.
What did you get, Kelwise?
11.
11. All right. So you start throwing this fire around, and it seems pretty effective in keeping any extra of these bugs coming towards you, but you see them above you, and it's a giant swarm, and you can only really block off one direction at a time, and in a matter of seconds, they'll be coming from every direction.
Yeah, I want to just kind of maybe grab Pup's arm and start pulling her back toward the entrance.
Yeah, and I go because I know about sucker bugs.
Well, while this is going on, Cornelia, what are you doing?
So we all got torches, I believe. So I'm gonna just light mine and have extra cover and kind of help just pull Pup back over to.
Okay, so you run over and you use Kelwise's torch as he's throwing it around to light your torch. Give me another intimidation check. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Me being very small, I got a 7.
A 7. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit harder for you to be intimidating. Maybe it's your stature. Maybe it's just the angle. But the two of you are kind of making a wall of flame that's protecting you from one side, and you guys start heading back towards the rest of the group. As that's happening, just a swarm of these things come at you again.
Is there
and
still one stuck in Pup?
yeah, and Pup, you feel this thing just, and it just what's up?
I want to try and get off her.
Yeah.
Can I? This is so.
I don't feel so good.
Can I use vicious mockery on it?
You would know that vicious mockery only works on things that can understand you.
Is that true?
Can understand
No,
like a
it
language,
says
isn't it?
says if the target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? I thought it had to be an intelligence. Wait.
I'm.
I don't think I have to understand it.
I've played it both ways in the past.
Oh, maybe you messed me up. That's
Maybe.
what happened.
I'm on D&D Beyond, so I'm just reading that. But if you want to play it, I understand.
Wisdom saving throw. Scroll and then turn. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Yep. Sure.
Yeah, it must have been. It must have been my game where I was like, no, you can't like shame. You can't verbally shame a monster. You know, it's like that doesn't speak your language.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm 100% wrong. Mock this sucker bug. I want to hear you mock this sucker bug. I don't know why I didn't allow it from the first place.
It's probably my fault. I apologize.
You stupid flight, slimy, filthy sucker bug! You get off my friend! You know why I called a sucker bug? Because you suck! Yeah, that's right! You're the worst! You're the worst kind of bug out there! You're nasty!
All right, and it makes a saving throw. You just all of a sudden feel this on your back as this thing just writhes and then dies, but it was like sucking up blood, but because it was in the middle of a suck, it just spits all back out. All down dead.
Like a water balloon.
Like covered in my own blood.
Behind you. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
And as that's happening, and you guys are throwing those torches around, you're able to dodge them for a bit, but they're just coming from all sides, so a few of them get through.
Great.
And Pup, you managed to dodge most of them that are coming at you, but Kelwise, just two of them stick into you, and Cornelia, the same. One of them sticks into you. So you take 2 points and 1 point of damage from these sucker bugs. Pup, it's your turn.
Let's get to the steam room.
I'm gonna try to punch him. I'm gonna punch the ones.
Okay, give me a
Bug.
attack.
Okay. 17.
17 hits. Give me some damage.
Okay. These are weird dice. 2 plus 3 is 5.
All right, so Kelwise, you feel there's still this stinger in your back, but the bug attached to it is just exploding.
And I will punch the other one.
All right.
All
right.
Bop bop. Because that's
double
what I do. 17 again.
All right, that's another hit.
6.
6. This one you hit a little closer to the base, and its sucker comes out of his body. You see that just trickle of blood start coming down, but this bug, you just crush basically everything that you could call a face.
Cool.
I elatedly, thank you, Pup.
Yeah.
All right, the 3 of you guys are running away. All of you guys.
Yeah.
Steam room.
Yeah, you guys give me a dexterity saving throw as you run. The 3 of you guys running out of the room, including you, Pup.
Sorry, say this again.
Dexterity saving throw. Yeah, you too, Cornelia.
21.
Dex save?
Dex saving throw. Yeah.
Oh, thank the Lord. 12.
Natural 20.
12. All right. Yeah, you guys all
Am I rolling?
run. Were you in the room?
I don't know. I don't know where I am right now.
I don't think you had entered the room yet.
Okay,
so you were
great.
kind of on that fringe.
Oh, thank
You
God.
were near Dresden. Yeah. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
The 3 of you guys come running back into like that kind of smaller cavern in the light. Myrtle, Cornelia. This bug just starts trying to literally suck the life out of you. What are you doing?
Grab it and squeeze it. I just want to grab it out and squeeze it.
Badass.
My bare hands.
You can. You using the bug? This little thing on you?
Yeah,
Okay, you try and squeeze it. Give me a strength check.
I will do that. Please. 12.
A 12. Unfortunately, this thing is stuck on you, and that armor that it has, that chitinous armor, is like solid. It's strange how sturdy these things are comparatively, just how small they are. It's like trying to squeeze a grain of salt. Just
Somebody help. Help me.
and Kelwise, you're right next to it, right?
Yeah, I'll try to hit the bug with the hilt of the torch that I have in my hand, just with the butt of it, not with the fiery side.
Okay, roll a d20. What's your strength?
Strength is an 8.
An 8. So d20 minus 1.
Yes, not super good. 16 though.
16. All right, you actually managed to hit it. Give me roll a d4.
Yeah.
Minus 1.
Yeah. Charisma. It's a 1. Oh, but I re-roll once. Oh, and I rolled a 1 again.
You only re-roll ones on a d20.
Yeah, so never mind then. It's a 1. 1 minus 1.
Yeah. No. But you hit this thing. You definitely damage it. You still do 1 damage. That's the minimum damage you can do. You hit this thing, but it just clanks off of him, and then you just hear as Cornelia, your limbs just go cold as you just feel an immense amount of blood just out of your body, and you take 4 points of damage as this thing
Are they close to us yet?
They're coming towards you. They're running towards you right now, and then
Okay.
this thing pushes off of you, and then very gluttonously kind of flaps its wings and flies away. But it's just so fat. It's just so fat now. It sucked out so much.
Little bastard.
It's off me though.
And you guys managed to make it back to the rest of the group, and that swarm of these sucker bugs is flying around in this room, and then they go shooting out towards that grate like a swarm of bats. And they go through that grate, and then they make a right off into someone distant, and you see hundreds of these things go by.
Yeesh.
And then all of a sudden, silence.
Okay.
Ever so softly, you can hear from the other room. And Rezik, you hear, "Now are you going to play with me? Why won't you look at me?" Hello.
So where did we hear that noise from? The noise?
That's from the steam room.
Steam room.
Oh, okay, so they go
like this right in front of your face. Well, as best she can because she's not very tall.
Okay, well, those are probably the unbutterflies that they talked about in that riddle. So you should stay out of this room.
Yeah, speaking of, can someone get this one out of my back?
Yeah, you guys notice it's just this long, like 3-inch stinger in his back.
I try to like squeeze all of his blood back into him and pull it out.
Well, it didn't really suck any blood out yet. It's just slowly draining blood from the wound, but it itself isn't. It's just like this big 3-inch straw sticking
I'm gonna
out.
just try to bap him again.
The stinger?
If you don't mind.
No.
Wait, it's the stinger?
Please don't bop it. Please pull it.
Oh, I thought it was like a whole thing.
No. Just the stingers left in his back. Yeah. All right, yeah. You managed to just like, and it does not feel good. You notice the stingers are a little bit serrated, so it's harder to pull it out once it's already in. So it's just like, like a cat's claw. It's just rending instead of piercing, really.
Next time we'll just push it all the way through, right?
Let's not do that either, please. Thank you.
Is there anything left in this room? You guys got a good look at it?
I just saw the suckers. I don't really know.
Poke my head in. Is there anything
Try again.
still in there?
And then I pretend to start running.
Huh?
Rezik,
I got you.
you start to see
You almost murdered me.
4 or 5
I almost murdered me.
tall humanoids without faces, dressed in nice clothing, without faces, and they just slowly start moving towards that figure, and you just see this look of terror on her face as she slowly starts backing up. She's like, Rezik, help! Rezik, help! They're gonna get me again, Rezik! And she starts backing into that western wall, that western area.
Yep, still seeing stuff. It's really creepy, and I'm having a hard time concentrating right now. So please, someone distract me.
I slap him.
I'm gonna tug on his shoulder. I'm gonna tug on his sleeve. I don't feel good. Do you have something to help me with these? Is bleeding.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say let's take a short rest and try to figure this puzzle out. And also, I need it because I'm freaking out right now.
As you see that, you see her start to just back into a wall, and those figures are just, their hands just slowly reach up, and she just starts, she's just wide-eyed, and they just start tightening. And even when you close your eyes, you can see this, and only this in the darkness, and you just hear the sounds of gasping breaths, and you just, and then finally, after a few seconds, silence, and then you hear from right behind you, Rezik, I finally found you.
Oh,
it's taken me forever.
Come on. Okay, this bourgeois, whoever he is a nasty man. Yeah, I need to. Okay, I'm sitting down for a little bit.
You want to play hide and seek?
Okay.
Let's play hide and seek like we used to. Remember when you used to hide under the bed? I could never find you. Well, we weren't allowed in Mom and Dad's room. That's why I couldn't find you. You were kind of a cheater.
And I sit and I just do a bunch of different minor illusions, just practicing my, drawing and just trying to just not think of that at all.
How are you doing that? Wow, Rezik, that's amazing. Where did you learn that?
Are we taking a short rest?
Yeah. You guys can all kind of hunker down for a short rest.
Who's got wounds? And I break out my healer's kit.
Me.
I feel really, really bad.
No,
I
it's you
have
too.
5 points damage.
Come here.
Oh yeah, I see. I have 2 left.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use my my healer's kit.
Okay.
On both of them.
All right. Roll the healing.
That's 8 points to you, pup.
Sick.
And only 6 for you.
That works. That's great.
And Rezik, every minute or so, those beings just show up, and
it's awful.
You see this horrified look on her face, and she's just, why aren't you helping me? Rezik! Just help me, please. Why aren't you helping me? And they again back her into that corner, and you just see those hands. And no matter what you do, it's like you close your eyes and they're there, and then you turn to the left and they're just always in front of your eyes.
Can we knock him unconscious?
How you doing, buddy?
Managing. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, wait. So if you can see them, and then you can hear them really loud, and I grab Rezik's face, and I put his forehead to my forehead. If I do this, and you can only see me, and then I'm really loud, and you can't hear anyone else, right? That's how this works, because now you're just looking at me, and there's nobody else there.
Pup, when you grab Rezik, thank you. Pup, when you grab Rezik, you hear it. You feel it. You turn to your left, and you see this young girl that is the spitting image of Rezik. Just a younger version, maybe 5 years old, just on the ground, and you see these 4 faceless figures just choking the life out of her.
Okay, well, you know what? Now you're not alone in this anymore! Because I can see
that
you
means.
now!
Oh God, what?
And then it stops, and you see her lifeless body, and then just from your peripheral vision, hey, Rezik.
Okay, stop touching me.
It's been so long, I've been looking for you.
It's okay.
Who's
can
your
I do
friend?
this? Oh no! And then I let go.
Yep,
I let go of him.
She disappears.
Then I touch him again.
Okay.
And she reappears.
Then I
And she
disappear. I just do this like 5
yeah.
times to see what
And you hear, hey, what's going on? How's she? And it's got those ears. What are those ears?
So now you see what I'm dealing with.
and then I just like put like one finger on his head to see if it's like still.
Wow, she can go invisible. Rezik, you have amazing friends.
I appreciate it, but I'd rather you not see this if you know. Now you know what's happening, so you're all
Way
good.
too tall. When did you get so tall?
Yeah. That sucks. Why does she look like you?
Yep, she does. Anyway, everyone healing up pretty good?
I'm gonna poke my head into the room to the north, just see if there's anything in there. Are there any exits other than that?
That graded wall? No, I mean, you kind of look around. It's hard to tell because the ceiling's so high. But even when you go to the highest length, I mean, it looks like there's just layers and layers and layers of these sucker bugs who have just died and become part of the wall. It's almost like this whole cave, all that black, those scales on the sides of the walls are just thousands and thousands and thousands of these dead sucker bugs, and those shells become just
I don't
part
appreciate
of the wall.
I don't know.
But it seems like the ones on the walls are just long dead.
But there's nothing. There's no other exit. We can't make it through that thing. It's just
the grate on the. If you go down the hall and you look, the grate's only like a 2 by 2 inch.
Yeah, great. Great.
And
All right, everybody.
You kind of look way down in the distance, and you can kind of see like a hint of moonlight coming out, and you hear some like rushing water. So you assume you're probably pretty close to the canal that goes through the town.
Great. Okay. Well, everybody, Rezik, going to the west to see your ex-girlfriend is no dice, right?
And Pup, when you look to the west, because you had run down there, you noticed that there was 3 doors, 3 wooden doors, in this like really nice masoned hallway to the west.
There were like a lot of doors down there.
Doors, you say?
Yeah, there was like 3 of them. Yeah, there was like 3 of them. They were like really, really nice and like very well masoned.
Good word.
And Dresden, so you've known Rezik for a while now, and like you're seeing him, and he is like on the point of like about to like cry because he's just so emotional, but he's trying to like keep it back. And he just says, I mean, I don't think we have another option. We might have to just go over there and investigate. But she came out of a specific door, so maybe not that one.
Which one?
And I say which one it was.
Okay, yeah. So you walk down the
because
hallway.
she saw me.
And again, Rezik, this is the corner that you've seen her now maybe 15 times just get choked to death. And it's in the deep corner of this wall. And you know, this corridor kind of goes forward, and then there's like there was a cave in at the very end of it, blocking your way right after the third door. There's 2 doors to the left and one on the right. She ran into the door on the right the first time she played hide and seek, but she's kind of been jumping into different, like, it's not the same every time. Every time it's the same. It's like the first 5 seconds are the same, and then it deviates into just different patterns. She's hidden in each room at least once. She's hidden in the room with the steam. She's hidden in the room with the sucker bugs.
Okay. So it's not like that area is specifically. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but every single time those beings show up, and walk over to her. Yeah.
All right. Well. Yeah. No, I can see it in your eyes. Looking at that piece of leather, though, it says, "Behind the veil of danger is I," right?
Well, I assume that means once we get past all of the danger, you will find the bourgeois. But I mean, at this point, I'm not really sure.
Right. No. Well, there's a veil. There's a physical veil of danger
Wait a second.
to the right.
Would the sucker bugs be the grumpy and butterfly?
That's
Because
what I
they're
think
kind of
so, yeah.
have wings and stuff.
I think so too. Yep.
Amazing. You've nailed it. Cracked it wide open.
Like an egg.
Just like an egg.
Ugh.
One-handed.
Yeah. Even sucked the inside of the egg out a little bit.
No, just my blood. No.
For the first time, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great.
Who?
Boy. 10?
10. She's like standing next to you, looking around, and she kind of reaches up, and this is something that you guys always did. Whenever you were in town, you always held her hand because, you know, she was little and you were her big. So she holds her hand up like this, and it just, every fiber of your being reaches out for this familiar memory.
Great.
Do I see him doing this? Having... No.
Not unless you're touching him.
Not even being conscious, because I've seen what he has seen. I wouldn't be conscious of him making a weird movement.
Oh, I mean, you see him clearly distraught. He's not making that movement.
He's not going to reach for someone's hand?
No.
Because I feel like I'd see him doing this.
Yeah, it's just like the nerves in his body, that muscle memory, and it's so what's the word? It just brings back that period of time, all the feelings, everything from that period of time, and it almost feels like you could get it back if you just reached out and took it.
He's sitting down, right?
Yep.
Because we're taking a rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna curl into your lap because I see you distraught, and I've seen people pet dogs before and it makes them feel better.
Okay, you curl into his lap, and then
I'm gonna put his hands on my head.
You see, you see the young girl, and she's just like, "Ooh, can I touch your ears, Rezik? Can I touch your ears?"
And then I just take Rezik's hand and put it on my head. And
what? No fair.
We can't stay here. We
A
can't.
few
take her.
tears are just kind of like slowly going down my cheeks as I just pet her head, and it helps kind of try to get me out of it a little bit. Thank you.
I'm like the group's therapy.
Yeah. Yep, you are.
I walk down the hallway and open the first door on the left.
Pup, those beings come back.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't really seen when they appear, and suddenly they're not looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at you. These faceless beings turn and look directly at you, and slowly their hands.
Okay, I
come
push
out.
her. I push her off of me, and I just like roll back away from her.
Okay,
Wait, I know what they look like.
You know what they look like. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into it.
Okay. You turn into this face that just has like skin making the indentations of what a face would look like.
Mm-hmm.
And they're humanoid, and they're gaunt, and they're small. And the second you do that, you just hear that young girl scream in terror. She says, "Rezik, your friend is one of them."
But what do the other ones that were looking at me do now?
You can't see them anymore. When
Yeah,
Rezik pushes you off,
I pushed you back
I
away
could
from
still
me.
see no. I'm gonna grab onto him again.
No. I think this is part of it. I think if they might actually grab you now because you can see them.
You touch Rezik, and you already see that they've locked eyes on this little girl, and they're just all flooding towards her again. And you notice it's weird, but you could swear that there was only 6 or 7 of them, and now there's 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Okay.
Let go and then touch him again. Is there 11?
No, there's not 11,
Okay.
but you do hear the familiar sounds of that young girl just being choked to death.
So, I'm gonna let go.
Yeah.
So basically, this is what he's seeing.
Oh, do I make it to the door?
The first door?
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
so
the
the
left.
first door on the left, yeah. You make it to the door, and you notice it's stuck shut. The door looks like it's actually in decent fashion for being how old it is. You can imagine it's very, very, very old, but the door seems stuck. It's not completely jammed. You kind of feel a little bit of the door bow back.
Does
and
it open
forth.
in or out?
It looks. It opens in.
I just kick the shit out of it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Straight strength?
Yeah.
15.
15, yeah. So, boom, this door just slams open. And you see this, like, dust coming from that room just kind of settle through. Inside, you see there's like a thin layer of dust, but it seems like this whole room is really, really well preserved. That door kind of blocked out everything. It's like this room was just stuck in time. And in this room, it's a very simple room. You see a multi-compartment wooden desk. There's a bed, and then there's a small chest at the foot of the bed.
Great. Next door.
Okay. You go to the second door on the left, and you kind of feel it a little bit and wiggle, and there's like no wiggle room. But this door is pretty cracked, and you can kind of look through the slivers, and you see that this room pretty much has been caved in. It would be impossible to kick the door open because you'd be like kicking. You'd have to kick the earth.
It's like a wall behind it, of earth behind it. Yeah.
And then that
I shout back what I'm finding and just go to the third.
Okay, and the
And
third
I'll head over there where Dresden is as well at this time.
Dresden, as Dresden goes to look in that door, Rezik, it repeats, and you just see her. I'm gonna hide in this one, and she runs and hides in the room, kind of unaware of Dresden at all. And Dresden, you see that the frame of this door is kind of it's been compromised, it seems like this door is bowed pretty bad, but this wooden door is the only thing kind of keeping this up. And the slot between the doors is maybe a foot. It's pretty wide. But yeah, you know that if this door came down, that whole piece of earth would probably come with it. But inside, you kind of hold up your torch and you see kind of a sparkle. Something shiny is in there. You can barely make out like a chest, maybe, but it's got gold like rivets and the corners are ornate and designed. It's like this very beautiful chest next to a bed, and the bed's the fabric on the bed has just been worn down. It's holy. It's barely even there. But you see this kind of gold encrusted chest just beyond the door.
Great. Well, we got chests and we've got a steam bath. What do we want? Hey, Rez, how you doing?
I just nod.
Rez,
Yeah.
give me another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I go into the room and I grab that
20.
chest.
Yes. What was that?
Which one? Yeah, nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's taking its toll. And
yeah, just seeing how fucked up he is, I'll just go into the room and try and grab that thing.
The chest
or whatever. Yeah, if it doesn't look like it's absolutely just gonna all collapse in a second. Second
the
and a
third
half?
room or the first room?
The last one. I thought you said the third room had the a golden
Both
chest
door,
or whatever.
and it's got like a small like foot and a half opening in the bow of the door. You know that if you open this door,
I see. That was the gap I was looking through.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back to the first room and just shout to everyone.
Okay.
We need to look in here.
All right, so you enter this room and it's pretty clean. The sheets are pretty nice still. The bed looks like almost usable. What are you looking at first?
I mean, you said there was a trunk at the foot of the bed. There's and there's a desk. And I shout, we could use some eyes as I run into to everyone else. But I'll just go for that locker at the foot end of the bed.
Okay. Yeah. So you open this chest and you notice that the wood has just rotted and it's withered. It's even though this room was pretty well preserved, this wood has just taken it. It's old, like very, very old. You're surprised that this chest is even still holding together. And inside you see what was once a nice set of trousers and some leather boots, and the leather boots have been cracked, like just beyond. And you see like a couple shirts and some clothes. And it's weird because like you can still almost make out what they were, but they're designs that you've just never seen before. They're very odd, very alien, just fashion-wise. And you spent time in the fashion districts, and you've spent time with the nobles, and this, you knew what the latest fashions were, even though you didn't conform to them. And these just scream like foreign.
Leave that shit alone. Check the desk and then get the hell out of here.
Okay, the desk is empty for the most part, except it's got 3 drawers, and there's a little slot on the top. There's like a 4th drawer that's just more like a little sliding slat, and you lift that up, and you see that there's a pipe inside, and this is like a long tobacco pipe made of some kind of smooth red wood, and it's been sealed, and it's almost been perfectly preserved. It's this very nice pipe, and when you look close, it looks like there's like silver inlets that ordain the outsides, and so it's like this red wood and silver pipe.
All right, I'll grab that, pocket it. Hopefully
And then you notice, you notice there's like what was probably a box of tobacco, but the tobacco's like withered completely away. And you notice like the pipe hasn't been used. It's completely new. Whoever got this never used it.
All right. Is there any? Oh no, go ahead.
I have
What? Did you
tobacco.
No, I was gonna say go ahead. It sounded like you were saying something.
Oh, no.
Someone-
And then you see that there's those 3 drawers. There's 2 smaller drawers and then one bigger one, and that bigger one has a lock on it, and it seems to be stuck shut.
Oh, I thought you said it was empty.
Oh no, sorry. The top of the desk is empty.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then there's those 3 drawers. In the first drawer, you find 3 vials of ink, 2 really nice ink pens, and a stack of 20 blank parchment. And in the second drawer, you see a whole myriad of different colors. They're like these chalks, these oil chalks that almost look like they're for art, like paint. They're like if you mix them with water, they would paint. And then there's a whole set of very, very nice fine tooth paint brushes that are kind of sealed with wax on the tips.
And you said the third one's locked?
Yeah.
I
Third
just
one's
try and
locked.
jam my sword in the crack and pry it open.
Okay, it's not a big lock, and you pry it open, and inside is a leather book, and for whatever reason, the leather hasn't cracked. This book looks well used, but it's not cracked, and it seems kind of like time hasn't taken its toll as most of the other things in this room have.
Okay. Not taking too much of a look at anything. I take everything in the top 2 drawers, put it in the bottom drawer, pull the bottom drawer out, and head back out. Does that door look like it'll come off the hinges?
Probably, yeah. I mean, the wood's pretty old.
That door's coming off the hinges.
And I'll help him with that.
All right, so the 2 of you just heave ho and rip that door off.
With that 8 strength.
Every little bit counts.
Every bit helps. Every bit helps. Just
Every little
hanging from the top. Yeah.
Trust, what do you do? Uh-oh.
You're muted.
Are you muted?
I had a thought. Sorry, I'm getting in trouble for my loud keyboard. I had a thought. When Kaith left me, she kissed me on the cheek, but she said, "I hope to see you again, dear sister." And I don't know why she'd called me sister, and so I'm wondering right now if it might be a key phrase that we all need to know for some reason.
Like a clue, like a
I have no idea.
a keyword.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just know
Should we
that you're
chant it?
seeing things, and now you're seeing things, and I had a phrase that made no sense told to me, so I'm just telling you
Well,
all.
I have been afraid to say what I'm seeing because I don't know what this curse or whatever is happening to me is doing, but I am seeing my sister, so that could be pertinent to what's happening. I don't know.
I don't know if you need to say it. I don't know if that would count as soothing. I'm very unsure.
Me
And right
too.
after you say that, you hear, Razik, it's taken me so long to find you. Do you want to play hide and seek?
I drop the bin of goods, the drawer of supplies into his lap, and then start dragging the door down to the grate.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Great room. How tall is the ceiling in the great room? Or the room with
it's
yeah.
Tall-ish. It's maybe 15 feet tall. It's pretty tall, but it's not
15 feet. You said about 3 feet wide.
about 3 feet. Yeah, I mean, there's about 3 feet in between those barnacles.
Just a heads up, you guys. I look like the thing that is strangling the sister, so I look just
Still?
disgusting.
Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah, we're used to it at this point. It's horrifying. Why would you do that to us?
Because I was trying to explain, what he's saying. Although I'm supposed to sound like what they sound like, but can they talk?
Oh God.
They haven't made any noises.
So I can't edit the voice.
Great.
There's no voice. You can mimic the sister's voice.
How
I'm not gonna do that to us.
How long is the great area? It's 3 feet wide by how many feet?
It's about 50 feet deep.
Okay.
And that door, how tall was that door we pulled off the hinges?
It was maybe 7 feet tall.
Big old dome.
Well, if you can get multiple doors, you can make a kind of bridge it
Bridge.
across and just keep
I'm gonna
moving
turn
them.
back into pup, and I'm gonna
forward.
go stand on the thing and then put my hand in the steam to see what happens.
You're gonna put your hand in the steam?
Sounds like a
Terrible
Okay.
Something you can walk
Sounds like a
across?
horrible
I
idea.
thought it was this whole time.
You can walk across it. There's just steam vents shooting through the grates in the ground.
So I'm gonna find out what this was.
You put your hand in there, and instantly, you just feel your hand ignite in pain. And you take 1 point of damage as your hand is just red, and you can see the skin already starting to peel just a little bit.
Nice. Okay,
I don't-
so no touching the steam.
I think if we take the other doors, we might get a cave in. I think this might be the only one.
Do you think we should try to get a rope across and then maybe use the door as a sled
Exactly
to
what I'm
pull
thinking.
ourselves across?
Yeah, one way or the like. We get one person across, pull it with another
You can
person.
run really
on,
fast,
pull it back,
maybe.
pull it.
Try to dodge it.
If it's able to walk across, why can't we just walk and stop? Why do we need to pull ourselves?
Because we don't know when it's going,
We
and the
don't-
entire thing is vents.
Right, but it's walk acrossable vents, right? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
So
you can walk
it's
across
a-
them, but the
it's
vents
a
are.
floor that
Right.
just shit just keeps flying out of randomly.
But if
Yeah.
we put if we're on the door and it goes off underneath us, we're just gonna fly up with the door.
I mean, does it
I mean,
seem like that would
doesn't
happen to
seem
him, or
like
would it go to
the
the
steam has-
sides?
It
Oh,
doesn't
it's-
seem like the
it's not
steam
that
has
far.
that much force.
Okay.
It's just incredibly hot.
No.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
but never
Sorry,
mind.
sorry.
Great plan.
So while we're having
Wait
while
a
we're
second.
having this conversation, I'm just gonna cut a hole if I can in the top that we might be able to tie a rope to and sort of pull like a sled.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's probably
The rope.
Rezik, give me another save. Wisdom save. This time she's just sniffling. She comes back, and you're waiting for that hi Rezik, and it's just not there. She's just holding on to the sides of your trousers, and she's just sniffling. That's all you hear.
I got a 12.
A 12. Yeah, it just, your mind snaps. You've just been sitting here for so long, hearing it over and over and over again, and it's just wound you down. And you look, you finally just, you've been doing such a good job of not paying it any attention. And you look, you've just, out of the corner of your eye, you look down, even through your peripheral vision, and you just feel her small, cold hand just reach up and grab and hold on to yours.
Great.
And this whole time she hasn't been able to touch you, or she hasn't touched you really. She was holding onto your clothes, but you didn't feel that weight, and now she's just holding onto your hand, and she just stops sniffling, and you just see this smile return to her face, and she's just looking around the room holding your hand.
No.
Okay. And then does that mean anything for me, or am I okay? Or
You're just holding her hand, and the second she grabs your hand, you can't let go. You cannot. It just, you're being compelled by memories, by this force, and whatever it is, you're just being compelled. And
Rezik.
It feels surprisingly good. You don't feel so sad. You don't feel that pressure that you've been under for the last 20 minutes. I mean, you've just been tormented by this, and feels over, and you almost feel like her hand is starting to warm up. You're warming her hand up, and it just makes you feel like you want to give her more and more and more warmth. And for now, your constitution drops by 1.
Did he respond to me?
Yes, Dresden.
How are we doing?
Doing really good, actually. I feel like, yeah, we're both doing really good now.
And
I'm sorry, what?
You guys, you can see her now, and the rest of you, you can almost tell he's holding on to something substantial. It's not nothing. You can't see anything, but he's holding on to something that seems substantial. And you just wait a little bit, and those beings, Rezik, they show up again, and they're staring at her, and they're staring at you, but they're not coming any closer. And you start to see 20, 30, 40, there's 100 of these things just standing in a circle all around you, just watching the two of you, intent like there's nothing else in the world worth looking at. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Son of a bitch.
No! Wait. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys stayed in that room for so long. I was like, well. I know. Thank you so much to everybody who's watching. I had so much fun this round. This is so messed up. I'm so sorry.
It was good.
No, it is very good.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again.
Yeah, bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.